Hello.
Hello. Hi. How are you two today?
Great. How are you?
I'm hot. It's been really
Yeah, you are.
Oh my god.
The tea this week is that I'm trying in celebration of National Rosé Day, which is today, if anyone didn't know this. I found this rosé and cream ice cream while I was out grocery shopping, and I was like, this is a sign, like this is an omen of some sort. So I had to buy it, and now I said I was gonna try it live, but it started melting, so I started to try it, and it's all right.
It's all right. Does it taste alcoholic?
It tastes slightly bitter, like it would if it were like alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
But it mostly just tastes like vanilla ice cream, like vanilla soft serve with like a little bit of like berry flavor. So I mean, it's good, but it's like, I don't know. It could have been worse. Like I was nervous.
Well, at least it's not worse.
I could eat it. Ray, hello.
Hey,
hello.
Ray.
I am here.
Happy Rosé Day.
Happy Rosé Day.
Oh
my gosh, she has the whole
Ray
bottle.
actually has rosé. The whole
bottle. Where do you think I got the picture from?
Well,
I'm like that was not a prop.
You need to have a whole bottle right now.
Nicole, I'm not gonna get up and go to the fridge every time I need to refill my glass. That's silly.
Nicole's the mom friend. She's like, you cannot be drinking right now.
Don't tell me what to do.
Is this
Hi, Nari.
18 plus now?
Hello, Nari.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Depends on what our topics end up being. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna open this over the sink.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
I'll be right back.
That's fine. I was gonna say if one of us is drinking rosé, we're all thinking about alcohol, like we might end up talking about some shit on this stream. And if you don't like that, the fact that I'm here and Nicole is here and JB is here, you never know. You just don't know what we're gonna say.
Y'all should see us at the
careful. Yeah. Colorado meetups are pretty fun.
Ray went to open her rosé.
It has to happen off camera, apparently.
This question we got right away.
Hello, thank you.
Should OGs be kept on a leash during events? Which I think no, because they're humans.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no to that. That sounds like
only if they're they're consenting. But also, I have to say, I don't like when people share their kinks in public. Do you know what I'm saying?
I agree, 100%.
Especially in J fashion.
I don't like that. I don't want to know.
I feel like it's not asking consent of the people around you, so I completely agree.
You didn't consent to hear that, especially in the sphere of J fashion, where it's like we are so like desperately trying to tell people this is not a fucking kink. These are just clothes.
Straight up.
For someone to do that in OG, and Lolita or whatever the fuck, that would piss me off. Absolutely not.
I thought that comment was a joke. You have to keep your OGs in check.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely was a joke.
Yeah, but I'm just going like real talk though.
Fair.
Well, because there are people.
It just bears repeating. Yeah, no matter if that person meant to joke, that's totally fine.
There are people who definitely.
And there are people in our community.
The problem is that you never know who's watching this.
Yeah.
People in our own community will ask.
They don't come to meets anymore. It's fine.
Kink mongering shit. So it's you never know.
They also deleted me from Facebook. I don't know if they deleted their Facebook in general, but I'm a little bit glad.
I was never friends with them on Facebook, so
Stop talking shit about people, man. This is a
jumped
Friendly
into
community.
we jumped into the tea. Like,
yeah, I'm sorry. Like the stream is called the tea, and sometimes the tea is spilt. That's the problem.
Okay, but the topic was making people uncomfortable, and those people made people uncomfortable.
100%.
So.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a dog. Are you calling me a bitch? But this question is directed at Nicole, so apparently.
Yeah, you're not allowed to answer, apparently.
This person said
I don't think it's a strange name for a golden retriever because I have a golden retriever named Luna and one named Jamie. So
I don't a dog named Jamie?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Dogs are named everything. There's a dog named Jessica. There's a dog named Howard.
There's a cat on TikTok named Pot Roast.
Yeah.
On TikTok, that's what it sounded like.
There's a dog named Lee.
I stuttered. Leave me alone.
No, I'm just saying, like, the idea of, like, someone, like, talking shit about bad TikToks and, like, making a show about it. Welcome to TikTok.
Can you TikTok?
Can you TikTok?
One of my exes named their dog Britney Spears.
Absolutely. Taylor Swift has a cat named Meredith, and I hate that.
Okay.
I just can't, though. I'm not saying anything about Taylor Swift either way because her music's fine to me. However, I don't like the idea of my name being shared with cute little kittens.
Why?
Because it's not a cat name. Come here. I don't get it.
That's not true. That's not true.
It's not.
I know a cat named Eleanor.
Eleanor, I feel like that's cute.
I like
I know a cat named Osiris. I know a cat named Nicodemus. Like, cat names are really weird.
Okay, but a hairless cat named Osiris sounds legendary.
No, it's just like a regular tabby.
That's fine. I'll allow it.
How does it feel to have a literal cat be more famous than you that has your name?
I think that's what I struggle with here. I think that cat probably has more Instagram followers than me, and so
that's a real issue here.
Isn't it a Scottish fold?
It's really cute. It's like a really fuzzy cat, but I don't know. I don't know anything about breeds.
Fair.
I really don't. I'm like, long hair, short hair, cool.
Cat breeds are like half in existence.
Literally.
I have one that's a Scottish fold munchkin Persian.
Oh my god,
that's like all the things.
That thing probably has the squishiest face.
That sounds like like
it's so like funny.
So many health issues, but so adorable.
He is
the tiniest
so
legs.
Though.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds really cute, but
what's
sorry
his name?
About your body.
Harley.
Oh.
Good.
I love when really little or like really cute pets have like really threatening names. That's my aesthetic.
Norma's going to name Mishka Boris.
Oh, wow.
I'm glad.
Well, okay, hold on. When you think of the word Harley, what do you think of? Like the motorcycle?
I thought of Harley Davidson. I don't know why.
Okay, that's what I think too, but other people think Harley Quinn. So for
Harley Quinn would be my second thing.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I thought Harley Davidson at first too.
I wonder if that's like a generational thing.
I don't know, because my friend is my assistant is the same age as me, but when she hears Harley, she thinks it's a girl's name.
Well,
and I'm like, well, I almost always think a boy because I think of Harley Davidson.
I think there's also like DC people go really hard for Harley Quinn, so
it's probably like it's a big thing. So I guess it depends on.
It depends on like what you're exposed to growing up too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because like I've been to like Sturgis before, so I'm like, oh yeah, Harley Davidson. But like if you grew up reading comic books all the time, it would make more sense to think of Harley Quinn.
Okay,
that's the
case.
Are you
saying I'm not a real nerd?
Well,
her only exposure to nerd culture is me. So
But I feel like Harley Quinn is one of those that's like, it's super mainstream that like people who aren't really into comics still know who it is.
That's true.
You're right. No, I mean, now that I think about it, yeah, Harley makes sense, but that's like my knee-jerk, like, that's the first image that pops up. It's motorcycles. Maybe it's because I have an uncle who rides motorcycles, and I grew up with that.
Okay, I have another question.
Yes.
Shadow, is that a girl's name or a boy's name?
Shadow?
Sorry, what? Shadow?
Yep.
Shadow's gender neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow is a hedgehog.
Like, if I had to give
The
it a
three
name,
genders, boy, girl, and hedgehog.
Hedgehog. Shadow is a hedgehog.
if I had to give Shadow a gender, I would probably choose male, because it seems like it could be more masculine, but it's definitely just one of those
If
like
I had
gender
to
neutral
choose one,
things.
but I agree with Ray. Like a girl named Shadow sounds like super cute too. I just haven't seen it before.
Yeah.
I guess.
My grandma's girl cat name was Shadow, and I briefly considered naming Nova Shadow.
Oh,
You have to
that
keep
would
with
be
the
cute.
astrology theme.
Yeah, and when I got Nova, he was just like
Astronomy.
so cutesy that I was just like his little cute
You said
face.
astrology.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
I saw your face just now. You're like,
I don't even remember what I said, so like it's fine. You know what I'm talking
tomato,
about.
Nicole. Potato, tomato. Astronomy, astrology. No, it's fine.
star related
Stars,
or moon.
Space.
constellations, constellationology.
So I really want to someday name one of my cats Cynthia, because
Ooh.
one of my ex's sisters was named Cynthia. And whenever I would talk about her to my friend Mariah, she would be like, I don't know why, but I always think you're talking about a cat. She's like, Cynthia just sounds like a cat name to me. And it was so funny. It
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was because she was in the chateau.
Oh no.
They're all like cat girls.
If you're wanting some tea,
Oh yeah. We can talk about that.
I don't want like a cease and desist or something.
No.
Oh, thanks, webcam.
Oh no! Let's look at Ray's.
That's some really like hot topic thing that's happening in Colorado right now.
Yeah,
I know. I didn't realize how close to my own home this was until I got filled in by some more experienced people in the community.
Yeah.
I just personally like had beef. It wasn't really the community at all. It's just me.
Fair.
I fixed it. Okay, it wasn't just you, because one of like mine and Nicole and Lisa's other friends was also going off about it on Facebook. I think I told you to add her. And, like,
yeah, you did.
Yeah. So it wasn't just you.
No, but when I was like really annoyed with that whole crew, because right now I'm like, oh, nothing I say is relevant to any of the stories being said. I just always felt like the main person was kind of trying to bring kink into our Lolita spaces, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, she posted on the group and then blocked you before you even tried to add her.
Oh, well, no, she added me. She added me on Facebook, and after like 20 minutes, she blocked me.
I'll give her a chance, but just one, and only for 20 minutes.
I don't know.
She only added you to see what was on your profile, and then she was like, "Nah."
I've taken enough screenshots.
I think it was an accident, because I didn't accept your friend request. I didn't accept it. I just left her in my Facebook purgatory. I was like, I'm not adding you. And I kind of have the suspicion that she was like stalking my page, because I was very indiscreet about my shit talking. I didn't care who I talked shit, and I just said anything to anyone. I mean, we're talking about it on stream. And so I suspect no proof that she was stalking my page and accidentally sent me a friend request and then blocked me so I wouldn't be able to respond.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Could be wrong.
So funny. People are funny.
I'm just saying I had weird vibes from that crew for a while.
Yeah.
I'm the same way though. If I'm angry or whatever, I cannot keep that shit a secret, and I will just like talk mad shit.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Well,
I mean, God, you're careful about who you talk to.
Yeah, well, and I'm friends with people in like the Denver goth community and people who are involved in the kink community here and stuff. Like, I don't have any issues with that. I think it's cool. Do you? They have really cool events and stuff, but don't bring it into Lolita. That's like,
I know,
that's
very explicit.
The entire point.
No one
full circle.
I know.
I know. That's the whole thing we've been talking about like the past couple of weeks is like the kink community and J fashion and how it's just such a shame that the two, like, people assume the two are related and
exactly.
Even though,
like,
you know,
are just
we have like
sick of explaining ourselves.
minors in our community and stuff.
Exactly.
So this may be an unpopular opinion.
Exposed to that.
But
spill it.
I kink shame. I don't like some of the, I don't like some of that stuff.
Kink
like,
shaming is my kink.
Sucks. Your kink
Puppy
sucks.
stuff and like all that weird stuff. I think that's weird. I don't care that I don't like it either. Like, you do you. I just don't want to know about it.
See, I think
it's okay to dislike a kink and be open about that. And I think
I'm a kink shamer.
It's okay.
I straight up like kink shame.
I was gonna say it's not necessarily kink shaming it, but you don't want to be involved in it, and people telling you about their kink is involving you.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh,
and it's okay if you're like,
it's terrible, and all of you people want to be like, I'm not gonna say it. Animal enthusiasts, but it's one thing to say stuff like that, and then it's another thing to say like, oh, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah. Well, Nicole, I agree with you. Like, there's kinks that I think are super, super weird. I would never partake, but I'm not gonna like tell somebody they can't.
Which that's what kink shaming is literally going out of your way to be like, you do that and you enjoy it and you're weird.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, you're weird. Okay. Look on the look. They've been doing like recently where they've been showing people's kinks, and some of them are like they pretend to be dogs, and I think that's fucking weird. And I'm not gonna lie, I just think that's fucking weird. And they go to dog parks with a leash and a collar on, and the girl is like walking around on all fours, and like,
that's when
that's
but that right
weird.
That right there is when it stops being okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
because the other people at the park
are not
expecting
that, and they're not consenting to that. Like, you can do that in your own home. Be fucking dog on a leash, and like fucking, I don't, come your ass off. Like, sorry,
she sleeps in a cage.
But like, don't go to a dog park.
See, like, if they want to sleep in a cage,
she's saving a lot of money. She's saving a lot of money sleeping in a dog crate. She's smart.
You only buy a mattress once. Maybe
she
like
buy like a toddler's nap mat, okay? And put that in the crate.
Toddler's nap mat.
Buy a sleeping bag. I don't know. See,
we're under judging furries,
like
but they're
point.
Actually
exactly.
Yeah,
there are minors at dog parks.
It's one thing to be
exactly
judgmental of people in what they do in their own home, but I personally don't think it's kink shaming if you get angry at someone for bringing it out in public.
I agree.
Because you're not consenting to that. Everyone else in public is not consenting to that. So it's
And
not even kink shaming at that point. It's just, you should probably get people's consent before you do this.
Yeah, well,
Exactly.
and a
That's
lot
the
of
whole point that I was saying earlier is when people call their partner's master, like,
Yeah.
don't do
exactly.
that. Don't
That's-
do
Don't do that in front of me.
Exactly. That's not okay, but it's not necessarily shaming someone for having a master slave kink or whatever. It's just
No.
you're making everyone else uncomfortable.
mhm.
Yeah.
Well, and like my Jelly Roll Soul, love that username, said, you can't control who you're around. You could be around minors who are not okay to participate in this, and a lot of times the humiliation kings do rely on people seeing you. That is participation.
Mhm.
Going out in public is not the time for it. There are plenty of dungeons and places you can do those type of things in a kink community where it's accepted.
Yeah.
That's why so many Lolitas get upset with the whole situation with like DDLG and stuff, is that like we actually have minors who are in the community and they don't want to be a part of that, but also I don't want to be a part of that.
No,
So
do
just
not wear this clothing if that is your intention. And like, just,
or if you do, don't tell people. Don't go boasting
Don't
about
go
it at your local meet. Like, I don't care what you do at home, but
please don't go into the ETL community tag with this shit. Like, I don't care. No one wants to look at
when
this.
you're tagging it on social media, that's bringing it out in public. So that's
what
like
I'm saying. Like,
at a meet,
if you gotta
Nobody
wear
wants
fucking whatever, but don't.
Mhm.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't like it.
Now that we've tackled kinks in Lolita, let's talk about slut shaming in Lolita.
Let's do it.
Because I think this is
problem
related.
too.
Opposite ends of the spectrum there.
It is, but I feel like it's related because I feel like
it is.
Lolitas aren't allowed to be sexual, even if they're doing it outside of the fashion, and they're over 18, and everyone is consenting, and et cetera. Like, you can't be a person outside of Lolita fashion.
Yeah,
a lot of people in the Lolita community go so hard on not wanting to be associated with a kink that they end up slut shaming others while they're
They
at
want
it.
to be sexy once in a while.
Exactly. And they're not even in Lolita when they want to be sexy. They're just outside.
And there's also, have you heard of Arrow Lolita? Have you heard of it? Have you heard of Arrow Lolita? I'm not saying like Arrow's about like titties out, ass out, but I'm saying like there's an hint of sexual promiscuity to it that's like okay to explore to an extent. So it's like, I don't understand how people can be so like in their chastity belts about this.
On a certain sharing group on Facebook, you're not even allowed to post Arrow Lolita, so
that's ridiculous. It's literally part of J fashion.
It's odd because Arrow Lolita can be like just a few inches above the knee. Yeah, which is kind of weird.
It can
because that's just how it hits.
As a tall bitch, like I can't control that.
Yeah. That's some serious tea right there.
No, and speaking of this thing, because some people will slut shame when the person is completely covered. They're just wearing a slightly sexier outfit.
Exactly. Again, outside of Lolita.
Too much knee. Oh my God, your ankles are showing.
I know. Lolitas are like Victorian.
A lot of people that do Lolita also do cosplay, which has a lot of, there's like a lot of
good point.
Cosplay is very sexy oftentimes.
Totally.
The thing that gets me,
people that do cosplay don't get slut shamed for it. It's like if you're not.
I mean, they do, but like
I wouldn't say that, but totally, no.
But
they don't get shamed by the people in their own community for like
showing
doing
some
it
vibe,
necessarily. It's
whatever.
more like
Or
slut
just being
shaming
a
happens
person.
outside of the community, whereas in J fashion, it's like people in.
There's an Amber Alert. I just got it.
Do I have it? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Can you stop? Thanks, phone.
Was that okay?
I've turned that shit off, honestly.
Normally
All
my
right.
phone's on silent, but it's Saturday, so I
gotta
had it on.
Amber Alerts still come on though. You have to
Right.
specifically turn off Amber Alerts.
Yeah.
All right, vibe check.
I don't go
everybody.
outside, so which side am I defending?
Yeah,
Vibe
mine just
check,
like
everybody.
mine was like-
let's go back.
mine was like super vibrating, and I was like, "Oh God, is my mom calling me?" Because she loves to call me while we're streaming, and then I was like, "Oh no, it's an Amber Alert. That's much worse."
Ooh. Let's call our parents live on stream, everybody.
Oh my God. I feel like my mom would not like that.
My mom would think I'm dying.
She think you would.
Had my lunch was Cane's.
Oh yeah, dude, I definitely just went to town on some canes before this stream. So happy about it. It was funny because like I always get the meals without the coleslaw because I hate coleslaw, but I'll get like extra toast. So I was like, yeah, could I get an extra piece of toast instead of coleslaw? And I go like, ooh, like on the iPad, like not really paying attention. So I was like, I was at the window and I was like, I want to make sure we have everything because this dude was like not paying attention. And like, I was like, like asking, and like I came back and like the bag had like an extra, like 2 extra containers of bread on top of like our meals that also had extra bread.
Oh my gosh.
So this dude like gave us like quadruple bread.
They were
And
probably
he-
like, "Oh no, this girl's gonna go full Karen on us if we don't give
No.
her bread."
I was getting cared about the honey mustard because Tanner always wants honey mustard with his meal because he doesn't like the cane sauce. And I was like, babe, I'm going to tell you straight up, like, this dude was not listening to you when you were asking for honey mustard. Like, it is not going to be there. He was like, I don't believe you, but okay. And I was like, can I make sure the honey mustard? I was like, I told her, like, can I just get some honey mustard? And she was like, oh, well, that costs extra. So I think she thought I was going to Karen for a minute.
Probably.
And I was like, no, I already asked for it. I just wanted to make sure it was there. And, like, sure enough, like, 5 minutes passed before I get the bag, and it wasn't.
Oh my gosh.
And Cheddar was like, you're right.
Dude, I heard someone going Karen on somebody today. I rode the bus for the first time in a year and a half.
Oh,
And
wow.
there was a girl on the bus who was screaming on the phone at some bank person because there was some sort of issue with her money, and I felt bad for her because she's like, I don't know how I'm gonna eat, but she was totally taking it out on this person.
No.
And she was like raising her voice, and she's like, this is effing messed up, and like, and then she kept being like, I know it's not your fault. I know it's not your fault. You're not in control of this. But how am I going to eat? This is ridiculous. And I'm like, oh my God.
I do that. When I'm mad, I can't control it. But I do say, I'm sorry that I'm yelling at you, but I'm really mad right now.
So I think
That's an asshole move, in my opinion. When I went to Build-A-Bear and people yell, I'm like, dude, you can stop yelling at me then. You're not really sorry if you apologize.
Sometimes I yell at the situation, not at the person.
Yeah,
and
that's
like
how I do it.
Tanner saw that today because we went to King Supers and we were in the self-checkout and we had a lot of stuff, but I was like, I'm not talking to anybody, and I scan shit super fast, so let's go. But it got to like, it gives you like an automatic alert when you get to 29 items. Like, it automatically like sends someone over to like override a fucking thing because it was just like, help is on the way. Help is not on the way because there are a bunch of other fucking people and one person working.
It's never on the way.
Here's the thing, like, I was not mad at this one person working, like, trying to help all these people because, like, that's, you do you, you're trying your best. But I'm like, what is wrong with this fucking technology? Like, why is self-checkout still so fucking awful? Or, like...
It really is.
It just, like... And Tanner was even like, it treats you like a criminal, man. Like every time you put something in, it's like, did you really put all that stuff in? Did you really scan that? Like take that out. Try that again. Like, are you sure? And I'm like, fuck, I'm just trying to get out of here without talking to anybody. Like, this is discrimination against introverts is what it is. I fucking can't.
See, I don't get mad at like customer service and stuff unless they're a dick to me.
Same.
And I'm like,
yeah,
you should know. You work here. Don't be a dick to people.
It's true.
I've never experienced anybody really being. I mean, at least that's not how I interpreted. The only time that I could say that I was like really mad at someone for the way they were treating me was when I called the post office one time. And to this day, whenever I say, "What is wrong with you?" it reminds me of that time.
Oh no! Now I need to know.
Okay, you need to tell us the story.
Please tell that story.
Well, what happened was like because I live in the forest, and so the driveways are kind of weird. And if it's a mailman that is not familiar with this route, they don't know how to navigate, I guess. And they claimed that they could not get to my driveway, even though the driveway was open. And then they took my crap back and didn't give me a note. And so I'm like sitting here waiting for my damn package. And I like finally looked at the tracking number and it said it's at the post office. And so I was calling them to make sure that they did not send it back because I will go pick it up. And like the lady kept, like I was trying to explain this to her and she kept like interrupting me over and over and over. And I'm like, stop interrupting me. What is wrong with you? And then she put me on hold and then she came back and then she was nicer.
Yeah,
oh my
gosh. She was. Oh my god. Are you joking me?
I
hate that shit.
Like if you're trying
anytime I say that now, even like to a dog or something, it reminds me of
what is wrong with you?
That's hilarious. I just remember
what to say to get people to do what I need.
The only time I've gotten like a little snippy really with the customer service person, maybe it's because like my dad and my grandma have gone off on people to a point that it's been embarrassing. So I try to be like super, super, super chill. The only time I got snippy was at Starbucks because I was ordering a caramel macchiato, like basic thing. Yeah. And the person on the literally, and the girl was like, we don't make those. We don't have those. And I'm like, I literally used to work here. Yes, you do.
The fuck you don't.
You do.
She's on the menu.
And she was like, no.
She already quit her job at McDonald's. She works at Starbucks now.
She's like, no, we don't have it. And I was like, no, you do. It's got 2 pumps of vanilla at the bottom and caramel drizzle. You have all the ingredients. Make that. And I'm sure the actual barista who was making it was like in the drive-thru. I'm sure the barista was like, we have those. What are you talking about? Because anytime I was confused at the drive-thru when I worked at Starbucks, I'd be like, what was that? And some barista would over the headset be like, they said it was a venti frappuccino. Oh my God. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I can't hear. I'm sure somebody else was yelling at her too, but I was like, dude, caramel macchiato? How have you never heard anybody order that? It's like one of the most popular things to order at Starbucks.
I hope that person is okay.
I've had a few retail experiences where people were rude to me, and most of the time it's like older women for some reason. Like at Ulta once, we went on Christmas Eve because my brother was like, oh, we'll go get your Christmas present at Ulta now, the day before Christmas. That was on him, honestly. And so I asked them if they had this palette that I was looking for. And the lady I asked was literally like, it's the day before Christmas. Of course, we don't have it in stock. You might be able to find it online. And I was like, I asked you a question. And I
can't believe you asked me a question.
Like, literally, I know it's Christmas Eve.
Oh my gosh, the drama.
I got a calendar.
That reminds me of when I tried to schedule when I tried to make a reservation for us for Valentine's Day weekend a month and a half in advance, and they said they got the reservation and everything. And then when I called and I said, "Hey, I just want to check on our reservation for a meetup," they were like, "You do realize it's Valentine's weekend, right?" Like, yeah, that's why I called a month and a half ago.
That's why I made a reservation.
And it's not my fault, y'all. You guys didn't write it down.
Like, look, I know retail is hard, but you don't have to yell at me for asking a question.
There's one time that I got mad at somebody while I was at work because they asked me a fucking question because, and this is kind of a yucky story because I work with children and a lot of bodily fluids are involved. I'll try my best to keep it PG, but I used to work at a swim school. I used to teach swimming lessons to young kids.
This already sounds gross.
Yeah, exactly. Like we start lessons at like basically once an infant is able to support their own head, they can be in the water learning how to swim. Like we start very young, as you should. But anyway, obviously these kids aren't potty trained and things happen.
Oh my gosh.
And something happened one night while I was at work. And like when a number 2 happens, everybody has to get the fuck out immediately.
Yeah.
And like the pool has to be shocked with chemicals in order to like completely sanitize it. And those chemicals are not safe for your body. So you have to wait like another hour or so for the chemicals to stabilize to the point where you can get back in. And our swimming lessons are half an hour long. So like we had to call a billion Karens and be like, you can't have your swim lesson tonight because, and like, we have to keep things very, like, we have to be careful how we talk. So we have to be like, there was an accident. Like, we have to be like, very vague about these things. So, I mean, this happened, right? And like,
someone shit in the pool.
No, yeah, I can't say that. I feel like here's the thing. I feel like if I was back at that job and it was like me talking to my mom, I'd be like, yeah, kids totally shot at the pool. You know how it is. Like, I totally would. But anyway, like, I wasn't even mad at the people I was calling. I was mad at this particular parent who was at the fucking place, saw it happen, like, was there. They were waiting for the next, like, lesson for their kid to start, and we had to cancel it. And the guy, like, comes over to us and is like, why didn't you tell us in advance that you were closing?
What?
He was like, this is so, like, ridiculous. Like, now I have to schedule a makeup lesson and you only get 10 of those, like, per year. This is so stupid. Like, I want a refund. Like, and I was like, sir, it just happened. Like, I just looked at him and I was like, there was no advance notice for this. We are dealing with it as it is happening. And I was just looking at him and I was like, I'm going to throw you out the window, man. I was like,
as if you like schedule out which kids poop.
I just scheduled the shit. Yeah, dude. I was like,
why don't you plan for that? God.
I was like, I don't want to work anymore. You take this Go-Gurt and you go out there, young man, and you make me proud. Like, I totally like scheduled that shit so that I can get out of work. Like, the funny thing though, the best part of the story, yeah, I don't know. The funniest thing about this story is that this dad did schedule a makeup lesson because I was like, bitch, you have no choice. Stop yelling at me right now.
Love that.
He came back up to me. I was at work that day too, and he came back up to me and he was like, look. He was like, I'm really sorry about the other night. He was like,
at least he apologized.
He was like, I was tired and I didn't really know what was going on and I'm really sorry. Schedule this shit out of me.
Literally though. You know what would have been even funnier?
That's literally like the motto for my work.
That's the motto for work.
Yeah.
If I could,
and if a lot of dogs are shitting, then we just start saying it's a shitty day.
Oh no,
We
no, it
started
would be
doing-
even funnier though if he came back for the makeup lesson and his kid shit in the pool.
That would have been the cherry.
I'm so glad we don't need to take stool samples at my work.
Oh,
Oh
But
man,
yeah.
I love taking stool samples. I work with toddlers exclusively now, so I change diapers all day, every day.
you know
Here's
what,
the
Meredith?
thing.
That was a decision that you made on your own.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
I
I'll live
collect
with
pee every day, so
yeah. It is what it is.
I went into an exam room last week, and some kid peed all over one of the chairs and the floor. And
Okay.
nobody
wait,
said anything, not even a doctor who was in the room,
I
and
used
left
to
it
work-
like that.
I used to work at Ross in the fitting room.
Oh
And I have to
no.
tell you,
no.
I dealt with more piss at Ross than I do as a dog groomer.
Are you joking?
Literally
That
every
is
fucking day, someone would pee in the
ridiculous.
fitting room.
It
Why?
doesn't surprise me. I've heard lots of internet stories about how people will use the fitting rooms as bathrooms, even though the bathroom is right across from the fitting
Oh
room.
my god! How
What
do you?
is the point of that?
How far
People-
gone must you be to go in a fitting room and be like, this'll do?
Ooh.
Have
Nari's
yeah,
selling
Nari.
the cheese.
civilization.
Nari's at work.
Nari,
and
bring me
she's-
cheese.
Ooh, bring us some cheese pairings for Rosé Day. What's a
Yeah.
good cheese pairing for a rosé? I wonder.
There is
I don't
a
Know
There-
anything about
there's
this?
a
Which
cheese
one?
that has rosé in it.
Creamy.
Is
You
there
already know which
really?
one I want. I want the
Yeah,
truffle
Nicole,
cheese.
something creamy.
That's what I would think. I don't even
Yeah.
know what rosé tastes like, but based
I'm
on
betting
the
a
name-
Brie. Ooh, I could see Brie
Based
going
on the
with
name, I would
Brie.
think something creamy.
There's this one cheese at King Soopers that they have. It has like dried rose petals on top of it.
Ooh.
I was just
And-
there.
but
Dang it! I should have
It's a
got that.
hard cheese. And it
I love
has
hard
it
cheese,
has
though.
wine in it. I don't remember if
I'm
it's
pretty sure
rosé
it's a
wine.
cheddar. I know
but-
which one you're talking about.
Oh,
No, I
should
don't
have
think
got
it's a
that shit.
cheddar. It's like I
Not
have
cheddar.
some in my fridge.
No, yeah, it's not cheddar, but I've seen it.
It's hard cheese, like
I need to find this
the
rosé cheese.
consistency of Parmesan. Like I can go grab it if I need to, but it has
Nice.
rose petals on it.
That's cute.
It's very I don't know the word to describe it. Not tart. It's very sharp. Very sharp.
White cheddar? No.
No.
She claims
Oh,
it.
there is a cheese.
back.
There is a cheese that is like white cheddar with rosé, but I don't think this is the one you're talking
no. I'll be back. It's fine.
about. Okay. I really
Raison
want
of
to talk
cheap
about
dishes.
cheese.
So why did we go from talking about poop and pee to cheese? Just
Because
saying.
Nari
It's the
said,
natural
I sold
Nari
just
so
wanted
much
to be
cheese.
like, oh yeah, this poop reminds me of cheese.
This is a
That's
wild
what happened
episode.
there.
This is
It's
a wild episode.
I'm telling you, man, this is not for the faint of heart.
It's the same exact thing at the same time.
Get out of my brain, Meredith.
What was I going to say? I was going to say, like, I work with toddlers, and so like this stuff happens all the time. Well, we started to do, instead of employee of the week, we started to do poop of the week.
Ah!
Whichever one, and it's not necessarily the biggest in size. It's just whichever one had the most emotional impact on the change.
The most emotional impact.
And not just that, like sometimes, like when you walk past like the changing table, like the smell just lingers for the rest of the fucking day. So like it'll just like
Dude.
haunt you.
I should do
It's
that for
great.
blood draws. Which one was the most
Blood
emotional
draw week.
impact? Yeah,
Oh, those are hard though.
who kicked you in the face the hardest?
Oh shit! I get that when I have to put sunscreen on them, man. I'm like, it's like wrangling an alligator. You're like, "Here we go."
Literally. Toddlers, though, I always vibe with you about
Yeah.
working with toddlers because every time they're like, okay, so this patient is 4 years old and they need a blood draw, and the doctor says it like, oh yeah, they need a blood draw. I'm like,
They're
you
gonna
just
be
ruined my
screaming
day.
and thrashing and crying and making your day horrible.
It's always great when it's like, the parent is useful. But the worst one I ever had, the parent was like literally in the corner crying harder than the kid. And then to de-escalate the situation, it took 4 of us to hold this kid down. He was only 5.
Oh my God.
He pushed his mom down on the ground before it all happened.
That is like a
Yeah,
strong ass 4-year-old
That's funny
kid.
that you say that, 'cause
It was
there's
really
some dogs that I do, and
Wow.
they're like really big dogs, and every single time they're like not being very good, I'm always just like, I've done bigger, stronger, and worse dogs than you, and I'm going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I
like,
do
you
that
can-
too with kids. I'm like,
you-
I can handle this.
You can definitely say that to a dog, but you cannot say that to a
Oh,
patient.
I talk so much shit to dogs.
Yeah,
I talk so much
absolutely.
shit to dogs. That's one
yeah.
of the best parts of the job.
The mom was sobbing in the corner, and then to try and de-escalate the situation, she said, I'm going to have them call security in here. We're going to call the police, and they're going to force you to do this. We didn't get his blood.
Of course, that made him feel
We
calm
didn't get
enough
it.
to get a blood draw.
He literally was kicking all of us. I think he punched me. It was that was the worst.
There
one
are
ever.
so many parents out there who still think like, oh, I can threaten my child and that will make them do this, instead of scaring the shit out of them and making it worse.
I discovered the cheese. I don't know.
No, I saw. I'm
Ooh,
sorry.
ooh,
We got so
Ubriaco.
in our feelings for a minute.
Briasso? I don't know. It's Italian. It's cheese.
Ubriaco.
I was just about to say that. Like exactly like that.
It has
Ubriaco.
rose on the rind, and then it's dipped in, what is it? Pinot, Chardonnay.
That looks real good. I want to try that.
Yeah, it says wine and cheese, such a classic pairing that the Italians decide to combine the 2 items into one. This aged cow's milk
Makes sense.
cheese is a rose-rinded wheel that's bathed in sparkling wine, which delivers a fruity aroma and the flavor profile of a sweet white vintage, something between a buttery Chardonnay, citrusy Sauvignon Blanc, and a syrupy.
Good luck with
Don't
that
know
word.
how to say that one. So
Gewürztraminer? Is that?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Gewürztraminer.
It says it's out. It's currently unavailable, but like you can find it at like the King Soopers fancy cheese section. I've seen it there. That's where I got mine.
I'll have to go.
Is it good?
back.
It's good. It's very sharp though, so like if you're not a fan of strong cheese flavors, that might be too much.
I would probably like it then.
It's
I
not-
love sharp cheese.
It's not like stinky cheese kind of flavoring though. It's like this cheddar is 5 times sharper than normal cheddar, kind of sharp.
I have a hard time with really sharp cheddars. Like I like.
You might not be a
sharp,
fan
but-
then.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
love sharp cheddar. That's pretty much all I eat.
Sharp cheddar.
Sharp is like my threshold though. Like I can't do like anything more than that. Like something about like the texture, just like.
I know.
Funny
maybe it's the
enough,
type of cheese.
I once cut
Binary!
Hi, Nari. Funny enough, I once cut my finger while trying to slice sharp cheddar, so that was really funny.
was really
Because
sharp.
it was the knife
How's
was
that
too
funny?
sharp.
Every time I
Please
said it,
explain
people
the
are like,
joke. Go
"What
ahead.
did you do with your finger? How did you hurt your finger?" And I'm like, "I was cutting some cheese. It was really sharp."
It was extra sharp.
I'm gonna take this off.
My favorite
Oh, yeah. I like-
Okay.
cheese is a sheep's milk cheese that has truffle in it.
Mm,
Tartuffe.
that sounds good.
Nari said she's gonna get back to us on the cheese that pairs with rosé.
I
I'll
mean,
wait
this
as long as
has
it tastes.
wine and roses, so like that's close.
It's a pairing of itself.
I still think something creamy.
Yeah,
mean,
Nari originally
Yeah.
said Brie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think
Like a
that would
soft
be
cheese.
good.
They also have a soft cheese that has truffle in it, which would probably be really good because the
Mm.
truffle has like that earthy taste.
Mhm.
I don't really like brie. I think it tastes kind of.
I haven't had Brie in a hot minute.
I see what you mean.
It's
It
because
smells a
the
little bit
rind,
sweet, too.
the rind is technically a mold, and so like
I can see that.
yeah, it's not the cheese itself, but it's like the rind that
No,
will
the
throw
cheese
people off
itself
sometimes.
Tastes like feet.
Well, that's because of the rind, though. Like, you notice if you eat like the cheese separate from the rind, you notice the rind is a lot stronger. That's why, because it's mold.
Why did we have more viewers when we were talking about poop? That's my question.
Moldy
cheese. Everybody's like, I work here and I also deal with poop.
Like,
that's how.
Let's talk about poop some more.
Things you didn't realize as an adult.
I relate to your poop shenanigans because I also have that.
I'm just gonna say I worked at Build-A-Bear for like 4 years, and I never had a kid throw up on me, and I am honestly relieved by that because I have emetophobia, and I would have died.
I think you used up like all your good luck, Ben.
When I worked at Build-A-Bear, a girl passed out while I was stuffing her bear. Like,
oh no.
She was like 14 or so. She was a teenager, and she was looking at me, and then all of a sudden her eyes just went like, and she just fell back. And it's like hardwood floor, so like the thud of her head was just like, and everybody in the store like turned. It was like hushed. It was so extreme.
Why did that happen though?
She had some sort of like health condition where she just pass out sometimes, and she like didn't eat or something that day. It was a long time ago.
Brie with fruit is okay.
It is.
I'm fine with that.
I make a dope baked brie with some cherry preserves in the little flaky crust stuff.
Can you bring that to the next meat, girl? Bring that to the next meat.
If you do brie on its own, it's like hard, but the fruit definitely softens the taste.
That's
okay, same.
I feel like everyone is
same, but cheese.
People that are not of, I think it's like when you're not of Mongolian descent, you're more lactose intolerant. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People that are like Mongolian, that's Mongols are the ones that like develop the intolerance to lactose.
Well, I heard like in like Vietnam and like countries that do boba and stuff, they do non-dairy creamer in most of their milk teas because they have such a large lactose intolerant population.
That makes sense.
So most people that are Asian are descended from Mongolia.
Well, yeah. I know, Nicole.
Okay, well, you just said Vietnam, and I'm like, did you not understand?
No.
Hello, Jamie. I appreciate
as
thank you, Jamie.
Relative facts of information.
The thing I like the most about Jamie's comment is that this person is working with old ass men, and they probably have just as many poop stories as I do about toddlers.
Probably.
So where do you work where it's old men?
Where do you work that you have to limit 2 people in the bathroom at a time?
Because of COVID.
Yeah.
Because of COVID.
Like, no, I get that, but like, I've never been in a bathroom where
it could be like
it sounds like a healthcare situation because there's a limit for the bathrooms at my work too.
Oh.
A lot of bathrooms, like a lot of public places that I went to, the bathrooms aren't even open. So
I know, like it could be a restaurant or a bar or something like that.
Like some smaller places were like closed, and then like at Target and stuff, they would just like tape off every other stall or whatever.
That makes sense. Yeah, on the doors of like every single bathroom at my work, even the ones that are single person, it's like limit 2 people per bathroom, and I'm like, okay.
I don't know why that would be a problem in a single person.
Tells us where they work. I want to guess that it's a gym.
Ooh, that's a good guess.
Old men. With the old men, I gotta go like.
I
think gym is a good guess if it's old men. Nicole.
I was thinking nursing home. That's what it sounds like to me.
I was also thinking that, but Perkins or Country Buffet, one of
Perkins,
the 2.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
we're really assuming that Jamie works with so many old men, and they're just gonna be like, no, I work with all kinds of people. It's just the old ones are annoying.
I work at the theater.
What?
Oh,
We were all wrong.
We weren't even close. It's fine.
Okay, but they
I
have
feel like
to
Perkins
solve-
was close. I feel like Perkins was kind of close on
Perkins?
that, though. Yeah, I really do.
Okay,
Okay,
a
so
lot of people eat at Perkins
Please
and Country
elaborate,
Buffet.
Yeah,
sorry, my jelly roll
guess.
soul. That was a good
Club
guess.
is a good
Yeah,
guess.
that is a good assumption. What do old people do in their free time?
Go to the theater.
They go to the theater,
Apparently.
obviously. I mean, I was gonna say it could have been like a concert venue or something, because those bathrooms tend to be pretty small and limited.
Yeah, but a lot of old people don't really go to like concert venues.
Wow, Ray, that is so ageist.
I said a lot of them, not all of them.
that
okay.
is so
A little bit, yeah.
presumptuous.
There's so many concerts that I went to that there's just like nothing but old people.
Can I just
No,
say,
dude, if
Nicole,
you go
that
to like a
just
classic
means
rock
that you listen
concert or
I
like
was gonna say
Yeah.
that just means you listen to classic rock.
or progressive, no,
I mean,
Ray,
I guess
or
if you want to call the
progressive rock.
Cure, yeah.
yeah, when I saw the
Go to,
Cure,
like,
it was a lot
King
of older
Crimson
people.
show or
Sure is
something like
classic
that.
rock at this point.
You know what
I'm sorry.
surprised
All of
me?
you are talking at the same time.
Sorry.
You know
We're
what
all like-
surprised me that had like a large amount of like older folks in the crowd was Lana Del Rey.
What?
Yeah, I saw Lana Del Rey in 2019 or something, and like
Interesting.
it was like the bell.
Okay, this person you censored that, and I don't know what that is. Packed up his what?
Pack his shit
His
back
shit
up.
back up.
It's on YouTube, so it probably was like an
Oh.
automatic censor.
Get rid of that.
We can't get rid of that. It's
Get rid of
YouTube.
Oh, so they said shit earlier here, so I'm wondering,
Crap? Maybe crap.
is it dick?
That's what I thought at first. I'm like,
Oh,
what is that
okay.
word?
Yeah,
How-
you have a point.
But a colleague told me one dude forgot to pack his dick back up.
Just
Yeah,
walked
that
out
makes
the
sense, 'cause he-
door.
No, he
that would
probably
make
like,
sense as a
went to the
bathroom attendant sort of
and
thing.
forgot to like pull his pants back up or something. He just like
How
booked
do
it
you-
out. He's like, I'm done here.
He didn't forget. He did it on purpose.
He did not forget.
Oh,
her-
yes,
it was.
I was
It
right.
was.
Maybe he was drunk.
I
Maybe
love
he
it.
was like drunk out of his fucking
That's fair.
mind.
They
and he,
do
like, did
serve
it.
alcohol at the theater, so
They do, totally.
Nonetheless.
Do you guys like Bailey Sarian?
who?
Yeah, I watch her.
She okay, so if you don't know, she does like murder mystery stuff. But I
Okay.
follow her on Facebook and on YouTube. And on YouTube, she has it uncensored. On Facebook, she censors most of the things, like all kinds of things, like rape,
Yeah.
like decapitation, like every fucking word that you can think of.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'm like, what is she saying?
Her videos.
And I
That's
have
so
to find a
funny.
video on YouTube because I'm just like, what is she saying?
I'm like, I
That's
don't
so
get why
funny.
you would talk about some like a topic that would involve so many like macabre like things that you would have to censor in the first place.
Straight
It's
up.
probably just a Facebook thing, honestly.
it is
Probably.
because it's only on
Like,
Facebook that
yeah.
she does it that way.
Oh,
Because on YouTube, like I said, you can find the YouTube video and she has it uncensored. She even says like fucking stuff on the YouTube, but
Yeah.
oh, I
Because
see.
you
On
can
Facebook.
use like
and
wow.
then she'll
curse
like start
words
saying
on-
certain words, and they'll like, I just have no idea what she's talking about. Like,
Yeah.
She
like,
probably
stabbing
doesn't
or,
have
like,
control
decapitation,
over
like, I
the-
can't. What are you saying when you
Yeah.
censor it like that?
That makes sense. That's crazy.
she probably just doesn't have control over like the sensory on
I understand.
Facebook
Yeah.
as compared to like YouTube.
I
That
think
makes
that
sense.
she doesn't edit
Yeah.
her videos for you or for Facebook. I
Yeah.
think somebody else does it for her.
Probably.
Is another thing because
It would make
it
more-
always
it would-
says that the poster is based in France, but I know for a fact she doesn't
Hmm.
live there. She lives in
Yeah.
California.
I guess
Unless
it
she's
would be-
using a VPN.
Oh,
Yeah.
better, I guess, to like film a separate version for Facebook that was just like written.
I mean, it's like us.
Differently,
We
but that would
just
just be so
cross
much
post
work.
everything to YouTube.
Yeah,
and
it would be
Twitch,
so much
like-
work. I
Our
don't blame them for not doing it.
Yeah.
we we don't have any like word restrictions on our YouTube. Like the only thing I said is to block links, so I don't understand why it would censor if it's censored. We have no blocked words.
Hmm.
Maybe it's a live thing.
Interesting.
Maybe
it
might
be like.
Oh, it might be like because we are live, it might be blocking people that could be harassing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
I bet they also can't say things like boobs or something.
Probably.
Like, we're just trying to talk about dicks. Everyone's being nice. It's okay.
Like
Really
you might be able to change the live settings to like on Twitch you can to where it blocks like certain words or whatever, but
okay.
The settings seem to be pretty bare bones. It's just like moderators, approved users, hidden users, blocked words. There's no blocked words, and then a check mark to block links.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Which we definitely got the links blocked.
YouTube's like, no, that's too spicy.
Can I say something?
No.
Nicole cannot talk on the stream.
Curse Kaiser started following me on Instagram, and I'm real happy about that. I like it so much.
Okay, you should feel so proud of that.
I do
She's
feel very proud of
icon.
it. I think it was last week. Like, last week. And I was like, oh, she started following me. Like, I love her stuff so much.
Hold on a second.
Thank you, Jamie.
that explains a lot.
Oh yes, now I know who this is.
You're allowed to curse here because otherwise we won't know what you're talking about.
Otherwise we'll be like,
yeah, I need straightforward information. I cannot.
Yeah.
I cannot take hints in any way.
I am personally an idiot.
We're not a
Don't worry about
so, what?
It's not that we were confused. We just really
we were
personally
confused.
I just need answers about everything at all times. Like I cannot.
We need to know if it's a dick or not.
I cannot not know.
At least put like the first letter and then the asterisk, so we kind of have an idea of what it is.
We're giving our viewers orders now.
Yeah, but they wouldn't censor duck though.
This guy didn't put his duck away. Kick him out. Call security. He didn't put his duck away.
Oh no.
Nari is an old lady. Won't put her duck away.
Nari and her ducks are just getting kicked out of water. Like Nari walking out, a bunch of little ducks walking behind her.
But as an old, like people in the world will call it a duck. They'll be like, this old lady and her ducks.
You call my birds ducks? They're not ducks either.
No.
Okay.
Nari had 2 ducks. It's not crazy. Nari has had ducks.
But she's had more quail than she has had ducks.
Yeah, but as an old woman, she might live out the end of her life rekindling her love for ducks.
No, old ladies just buy like the ones that you put outside, the little statues with the little outfits.
And those are the same women eating at Perkins.
I would have one of those, honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's why you knew they hated Perkins.
Going to the opera with my emotional support duck. Thank you very much.
That's
Don't mind me.
Super valid. Oh my god, emotional support duck.
Can I ask a question
to
all of you lovely ladies?
What?
Yeah.
If you were an old lady getting kicked out of the opera, what would be the reason? Like, why do you think your old lady self would get yourself kicked out? It doesn't have to be the opera, okay? It could be
singing along.
I was
singing
gonna
along
say,
too loud.
like singing along like badly, or like you get too drunk at the opera bar and they're like, no, you have to leave.
I'd just be singing and they'd be like, hey, stop it. The performers are performing. I'd be like, I'm old. I don't care.
Give me some Wicked. I will fuck shit up. I don't care.
Right. Like I pay for my ticket. I can do what I want.
Exactly. I talk at the theater. You think this is going to be any different?
I wouldn't actually do that, but maybe if I was old and a little senile.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you're like your most unhinged self, like what do you think will get you into the most trouble? All right, Nicole, what is yours?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out.
I'm kind of trying to think.
I feel like it might be fighting.
Getting into a fight? Yeah, I can see that.
I was gonna say she'd have like some elaborate outfit on that's like blocking everyone's view, and then
I was kind of thinking that for myself. Like I was like, maybe I wear like a hat and like.
Ray, what is yours?
Mine's getting too drunk at the opera bar.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
too much rosé at the opera bar.
Exactly. Like Nicole was hardcore judging me for bringing an entire bottle of rosé over, but like this is all I have left.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
Not that much, Nicole.
Wait, of the whole thing?
Okay. Here's the thing about.
I'm shook.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like she drank a whole bottle.
Like I'm not gonna talk about my alcohol tendencies.
There's still an hour
This is nothing.
left of the stream.
This is nothing.
Let's
I've
talk
done
about
worse.
that.
I promise.
Ray's like, this is a drop.
I mean, in the same vein as this, my answer would be that I tried to sneak in my homemade 50 milligram each artisanal gummies.
With the gummies kick in at halftime. I'm sorry, interlude, not halftime.
No, you gotta
Intermission. Thank you.
The way these things are timed is that if you wait at intermission, it's too late. You have to like.
No, that's why it kicks in at intermission. Like,
it kicks in at intermission.
The beginning, and it kicks in intermission, and then you're on from there.
You
never finish the ending.
You take it in the beginning, and then you're watching the beginning, and you're getting emotionally invested, and you're enjoying it. And then
next thing you know, you're talking about B movie.
No, that's not where I was going, Ray.
I could see the rosé though.
Stop fucking talking about the B movie at a time like this.
Okay,
where did that come from?
Can I finish?
The story about me being so high, I started going into this in-depth description of the B movie, Jamie. I told you this.
I forgot. I was so invested in Meredith's story. I thought you were adding to it.
I know. I was telling you this good story about me as an old lady. It's okay. Then, I took Ray to this particular opera, and once you started talking about B movie, we had to go.
It's because I had too much to drink at the opera bar.
I love it.
Not being able to stop
finish your
myself.
story.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you take the edible, you watch the first act, you're like invested, and you're like having a great time, and then like it kicks in at intermission, and you're like, oh, I gotta know more, and you're just like thinking, and you're like, how is this gonna go? Like you're just like getting into it, like you're getting in your own head, right? And then the lights dim, and it's like Act 2.
At the opera.
Yeah.
There's an announcer. Act 2.
That's like your brain is just like Act 2, and it's just like.
All I can think of is like Wicked. Defying Gravity is like the finale before the intermission. So it's like
Gravity is like what the song you sing with
that's
the
okay. Defying Gravity should be the finale, and so you get up, you leave because Defying Gravity. Okay, this is the big ending. There's a whole other act behind it.
Yeah, I feel like Wicked would be a really funny one to do that with. Like if
not
it kicked
an opera at all.
If it kicked in right as Defying Gravity,
okay, Jamie.
And then you hit peak.
You're using the word very loosely.
Yeah, we're going to the theater.
I'm going Jamie. Musical theater. Okay,
we're going to the theater. It's okay. It doesn't have to be an opera.
An opera is slightly different than a musical, but you know what? It's fine.
We're also really assuming that they're going to be playing these old ass musicals like Wicked Wicked when we're like in our 70s and 80s.
Wicked
To
is
be
a
fair,
classic, and they definitely will be.
They redo
I mean.
every musical ever
Yeah.
forever. We're still doing Shakespeare plays.
Yeah.
They'll definitely be doing Wicked.
Yeah.
Okay, but if they're not doing every single.
Okay.
No. This is the Wicked reunion tour, the 50th
Yeah.
anniversary reunion.
50th anniversary. It's like Kristen Chenoweth comes in the
No.
No. They're all ghosts. They're all ghosts.
Sad.
Oh no. Wait, we'll be in the future by then, so there'll be holographic projections.
Yeah, there you go.
Why the fuck would I pay for that shit? That's like pay-per-view, like
Because it'll be 20
that's like
whatever.
the pay-per-view of the future. It's like holographic, like media.
I would pay for Kristen Chenoweth's hologram to sing popular, okay?
And that's exactly who they'd
Like
be
an old
targeting.
lady.
exactly
Gotta be
me as an old lady. And then they're gonna kick me out because I'm singing louder than the hologram. So, you know.
It's fine. Maybe the hologram needs to learn how to project her voice.
Exactly.
Oh, shots fired. Exactly. Jamie gets it.
Okay,
It's the name.
okay. Let me tell you about Hair. Hair is my favorite musical. I love Hair.
Are you talking about Hairspray?
No,
Hair.
I'm not talking about Hairspray.
I don't even know what musical you're talking about. I feel like a
Don't
failure.
Okay, that's weird because I don't know
person.
anything that you guys are talking about. I don't give a fuck about any of this, but I even know what Hair is.
I don't know what it is.
Thank
L,
you.
Ray, L.
If you know the song "The Age of Aquarius," you know what Hair is.
Okay.
Because
Fair.
that's the first song of the musical, and Hair is about yeah, exactly right. What the fuck?
Okay, well, you don't know Little Shop of Horrors, Nicole. You've never been
What?
eaten by a giant plant.
How did you say that?
Why did you say that
How
now?
do I not know what Little Shop of Horrors is?
There's people that don't know what Little Shop of Horrors is.
Oh, I thought you were saying Nicole
Okay, that's
didn't know what Little
strange.
Shop of Horrors
Well, because
was.
Nicole said she doesn't know musicals and stuff, but apparently she does if she knows Hair and Little
Oh.
Shop of Horrors.
To be fair, Little Shop of Horrors was made into a movie adaptation.
Yeah,
so.
that's the one that I've
It
seen.
was. So was Hair.
And
Hair is
the
also a
plant
film.
thing
Hair?
with
Yeah.
Audrey.
Yes.
Or Aubrey.
Yes, Hair
Audrey.
was a film.
Audrey.
I don't remember.
was
It's Audrey or
Audrey,
Audrey.
and
I get
Audrey
them
too.
confused.
Audrey too.
Okay, there was a man-eating plant, and that's all you need to know about it.
That's
Hair
like
the
is
plot.
about Hair is about the Vietnam War,
Oh.
and it's about a tribe of hippies who, like, the males of the tribe get drafted into the war, and it
Makes
talks about
sense.
like how they deal with it, and like I don't want to spoil too much. I mean, it's the old ass musical, so who cares? But like,
You can't.
pretty much they stage like a protest that they call it be-in. They stage a protest where like they all burn their draft cards because they're like, fuck it. But one of the people of the tribe decides to actually go, and it's about like how they all deal with that and how they grapple with it. And in Act 1, in the last song, they all get naked on stage, bitch.
Mhm.
At the end of the protest, they all burn their draft cards and they just take off their
Makes
goddamn
sense.
clothes, and it's wonderful.
Makes
I was
sense.
like, my mom took me to this musical. She's like, "This is my favorite musical," and I was like, "Whatever, mom." I was like, "A musical about the war, okay?" And then I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like, I was like,
I mean, like,
The way I found out about Hair was because my like senior year of high school, like somebody I knew was in it, and at like the
because
school they
did
were
it at
going
Metro
at.
States.
Yeah, they did it at Metro,
Oh,
and
I
so
saw that version too.
some people I knew that person and like had never seen Hair before, and like went and was like, I was not expecting that. And that's
cool thing
how
I
I
liked-
found out about that musical.
I literally don't
Oh,
know
that-
how I've
that
never
version
heard of
was
it. 'Cause,
good.
like,
Was it?
literally,
Mhm.
I've seen so many musicals, but not this one.
If it ever comes to town, we'll
No,
definitely have to go. I mean, the film is
We'll
okay,
need Lolita
but it
movie
does.
on it.
Yeah, we could watch. Yeah, like we could watch the movie someday, but they do change the plot a little bit, and I don't like
How
it.
dare
Like
they?
I know it's ridiculous.
How
but-
dare they?
Has anyone here seen In the Heights?
See, I haven't, which is ridiculous.
I
to
haven't
me.
watched it, but I know what it is.
I have listened to
You
some
only
of the
know what
music.
it is because Jamie talks about it all the time.
All the
Maybe that's
time.
why I know what it is.
That's
I
okay.
don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the only reason I know about it.
I
Yeah, the
only
movie's coming out too.
I only first listened to it 2 years ago. So like there's other musicals I've been a fan of like way longer, but my sister showed me In the Heights because she got into Lin-Manuel Miranda after Hamilton came out. But the movie for In the Heights just came out. It's on HBO Max.
Oh, it already came out. Cool.
It's like
check it out.
That.
Yeah, it's such a like perfect example. I feel like, you know, they always change stuff for movie musicals. They remove a lot of songs. That's why I don't like the TV or like the movie version of No,
Les Mis.
Little Shop of Horrors. I don't care about Les Mis.
Oh, fair.
Talk about Les Mis later.
The only time I've seen Les Mis in its entirety was when I saw Meredith in Les Mis.
Oh yeah, I was in that show. I was Eponine Thénardier in my high school production of Les Miserables.
My high school
let me
also
tell
did
you.
Les Mis, and I was nobody because
Well,
they were
here's
very
the thing.
discriminatory against me. It's fine. It's fine.
You know, I would have had a much different experience at a school like yours. Our theater department was so small, so grassroots.
Girl, I
Like,
grew up
we
in
were-
a town called Rifle.
Okay, but we just didn't have
Girl-
anybody try out for anything. Like people were
Oh.
desperate.
It was really different.
Yeah.
I remember everybody in my like so like the high school I went to, we were not like by any means the best one in the area that had like really good musicals. And like when we went to see the one
We'll
at
talk
Meredith's
about that.
play, there were a couple other schools there who had like bougier theater departments, and they were like, wow, they don't even have a pit, and we're over here like, not everybody has unlimited money, guys.
Okay, but we did have a pit. We just didn't use it.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. I'm just like, y'all are dramatic.
We didn't have a pit, but our drama teacher played favorites, and so everyone that had a main part in Les Mis was a senior that year, and so literally like no one else even had a
Like
chance
regardless of
main
talent. That's
Dude,
not
yeah.
My
good.
school-
Like seniority is one thing, but
My
They
school,
normally, that's what they normally do, though. They normally cast
Well,
the
they
main
didn't for
characters
the
out.
other
Like, I get
musicals,
that.
though. Like the other
Okay.
musicals, it was like a fair game. Like anyone could try out, whatever.
I
But
wouldn't.
like
I
it was
wouldn't
just
say like
for
it would
Les
be
Mis.
okay. Yeah, I wouldn't say it would be okay to cast like a freshman as the lead, and if a
The
senior.
They
reason
did that
they
for
do that-
other musicals, though.
The reason they do that is because the seniors, that's their last year, so they don't have
No,
enough
That's what I'm
that.
saying. Exactly.
But
Like
for
the
every
seniors
other
deserve
musical
like,
that my
chance
school
to-
did, like it was fair game. Like we had, like they did Wizard of Oz one year, and there was literally a freshman playing fucking Dorothy.
right? You think that's bad? My high school choir teacher would choose who he wanted for the roles before auditions were even open.
Girl,
Oh, that's
same.
totally a thing.
We were supposed
For
to
sure.
do. We were supposed to do Somebody to Love for the like Lee version, and I was the only one that wanted the solo from it, and so of course it didn't happen because I was the only one that was
That's
interested
awful,
in
man.
the solo. So
Like these
he
are
was like, "No, we're
kids.
just gonna
You're
cut
a
this
high
out."
school teacher, you fool. What the
Literally
hell?
children. I remember
Yeah.
like literally hearing, oh yeah, that role's already cast. He talked to that person.
So here's
And then they
what
put
happened in
additions
my
out.
fucking high school. Yeah.
And this is why I have, issues with self-esteem.
Meredith, you're
Nicole.
okay, so on Instagram you said that you didn't know I had this dress. What do you mean? Like why
The
why didn't you
Junji
tell
toe
us the
dress.
story?
because I always share chords that I like on my story so that like people can see them and see like my friends are cute.
Oh,
That's the reason I shared it. But I also like I really love the Junji Ito dresses, and I didn't know you had one, and I was just like really happy. That's all.
Junji Ito was like a meme for us for a while.
Well, I just love Junji Ito's work. Like I love Junji Ito, so I was like really...
I pulled it out during my video, but whatever that one was called.
Maybe
Meredith watched that whole video. I did not commit. No, I did. I watched that whole video, but like I don't know.
I know that's why I'm like, I know you watched it, though. Like,
I did watch it.
You do have a lot of dresses, and a lot of them look the same because they're all black.
I'm not gonna say that.
The person whose dresses all look the same.
Excuse me. I have a multitude of colors. At least they're not all black.
Let's not get into this. Let's not get into
so
this.
The red one, I have the blue one, I have another blue, and I have another red one. So
we're
really gonna like
in every color except lavender.
Fight.
The only color I don't have is lavender, Nicole.
Are you guys done?
No, I'm never done.
Okay, that's fine.
I will fight everyone.
I'm sorry, I forgot you had that dress, Nicole, but I remembered when you posted that cord, and I thought it was really pretty, so I shared it. That's all.
Yeah,
I actually didn't really like my cord today.
I liked it.
Oh, that's too bad.
I don't even know if I want to post this picture. But
I've been looking at your collar this whole time. I really like that collar.
I did it because the dress has like a spider web kind of like fabric. And so that's what I did with like a spider web thing with it.
It's cute.
That's cool. I would have been more likely to buy one of those dresses. I mean, first of all, I don't have anything to coordinate it with, obviously. But I would have been more likely to consider getting a cord for it if they had done an Uzumaki one, because that's my favorite Junji.
Yeah, why didn't they? That's the one everyone knows.
That's the one that everyone
knows. The two faces?
No, it's a spiral one.
Yeah, the spiral.
Tomie.
She has like a giant spiral, and then her eyeball is
but it's
in there.
It's an OP, and I don't think it is meant for. I mean, I think you can wear it as Lolita, but I don't think it's meant for Lolita because the person wasn't even wearing it as Lolita in the promo pic. But I know that Liz got this particular dress. She got the short version, and she's not even. She got it just to wear it as a regular dress, not to wear it as Lolita.
Maybe I'll think about it. Yeah. You're thinking of Tomie, which is also, I love that one too. So, I mean, I'll think about it.
Uzumaki was like the intro to...
True.
Yeah.
My first Junji Ito work was the Enigma of Amigar Fault, the one with the holes that people go into. That one, fair. Fucking... And that was back when I was like younger, and I used to really be bad at coping with horror. Like I had an interest in it, but I also like didn't have like stuff would haunt me too much. Like I just like couldn't handle horror. And now I'm like at a point where I can appreciate it more because I can still like sleep at night. But like at the time I read that story and I was like, I can't fucking sleep, dude. And then like I hated Junji Ito because like it just made me scared. And then like I read Uzumaki and like it made it worse. But then like I got older and I was like, oh, it's fine. And now I like horror.
I always like interested in things that people found scary when they were kids, because for example, a lot of people were afraid of Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I was just like, I kind of
I loved that show.
Cowardly Dog was kind of boring because not very much happened, but like I get that people might have thought it was scary when they were kids.
It was spooky.
I was like a huge scaredy cat as a kid, but mostly like my mom used to watch a lot of true crime and CSI and stuff like that. That's really what scared me. And like I wasn't allowed to watch CSI until I was like a teenager because it would literally like freak me out. And it was like mostly the imagery and like imagining dead bodies just freaked me out. But like Courage I liked, and like
I loved Courage.
As a kid,
I liked that show.
What really scared me was Aliens.
Oh yeah, Aliens scared me too.
And so
my sister still can't deal with Aliens.
The X-Files theme, when that music started, I'm like, I gotta fix this.
Oh my gosh!
Even now when I hear that music, it still kind of creeps me out.
Like
Aliens.
when you see a meme, do you just like freak out when you hear an X-Files meme?
No, like, but it's once it gets past that first like like once it gets past that part, that's when I'm like, okay, I have to change it. But
I've had
like,
enough.
but yeah, no, like
funny.
even I still get just a little bit creeped out when I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
My first actual memory was a nightmare of me being eaten by aliens. So
I as a kid, I was like so like deeply fascinated by aliens, but they scared the crap out of me. So like I would read, I used to go on like unknown.org or something, and I was like this little paranormal investigator. For like a long time I wanted to be a paranormal investigator. My mom's like, you were so terrified of everything, like how could you do that? But like I used to like read all this stuff and like read like the Area 51 files, and then I wouldn't be able to sleep because I freaked myself out so bad. But I loved aliens.
The only thing other than that, the only other thing that I can specifically remember being like actually really scared of, because I would watch horror movies and stuff, so I wasn't really afraid of anything, but the Crypt Keeper. And like his face at the beginning, you know, when it's like panning through the fucking house and it goes down the stairs. As soon as it goes down the stairs, I would change the channel and come back and actually happy. But when he popped out of that fucking coffin screaming, and his face, that scared me.
It is crazy.
I can't with that stuff. Like jump scares, I cannot handle jump scares. I don't care. Like I like psychological horror and like things like that, but like I don't like getting spooked. Like I don't like getting startled, I guess.
I feel like jump scares are like 90% of the time lazy AF.
For me, it wasn't that it was a jump scare, and it wasn't even a jump scare because I knew it was happening. It's just his face. I don't like, and I still don't like.
Sometimes
I feel that make him all silly, like wearing hats and riding a skateboard, and I'm like, he's scary looking.
They were doing that with the Babadook.
I would change the channel and like watch something else while he was on, and then come back and actually watch the movie.
I feel that though, because for me, it's like never the jump scares make me jump, but I'm not like scared. It's like imagery that gets to me, like really,
really grotesque like faces.
And it doesn't even need to be like gory because I work in healthcare and that stuff doesn't scare me out. It's just like I totally see what you mean by like his face scares you. It's just
I know that feeling.
I've never watched Mars Attacks either because the aliens I think are really scary, and that was
Maya.
Had a similar face to the Crypt Keeper, and I realized that. But I was gonna say, have you ever seen Fourth Kind?
No, I've been meaning to watch that one.
The movie's
My
not
parents
really that
asked
scary,
me.
but at the end, the sound at the end is really scary.
Literally,
and I thought that like was a really good movie just because of how scary the sound was at the end.
My parents literally talk about that movie all the time. They want me to see it so bad.
Fourth Kind.
I watched The Langoliers because I love Stephen King 80s terrible movie type things. And this movie was literally 3.5 hours long.
That's all Stephen King movies.
I know.
Literally.
Why are they so long?
So I was watching it and they built this thing up. They were like, oh, this thing is terrifying. This thing travels among different dimensions and it's going to come and it's going to kill you. And so by the end, I was like, oh no, like the Langoliers are coming. And then they have like the worst CGI possible.
Can I just say,
I love it when they do that. Literally, that makes it so funny.
I hate Stephen King. I hate Stephen King movies, but I love Stephen King books because like reading it's totally different. And most Stephen King movies are just trash and they don't come off as scary.
How dare you, Nicole? Not Nicole, Jamie.
I
agree. The books are so much better.
The books are actually scary.
But I love watching the movies because of how bad they are.
Dude,
that's another thing.
True.
It's just that they're so long. That's my
They are really long.
Except for like Carrie, but then Carrie is like an hour and a half super boring, and then 10 minutes of actual movie.
Like the remake of Carrie was fine, but the original was fucking like 3
I'll have
hours.
to check out the
too.
remake. I like them.
Yeah, I haven't seen the remake yet.
Yeah, even with it, like they had to split it into two parts.
I wasn't-
The original pairing was 3 hours as well. I guess I must have missed.
I think it. I think it was.
I think I watched.
Let me look it up. I don't
Maybe you just
remember
thought
the
Carrie
first.
was better.
I
I
know
don't
the
remember the
original, one
original
had like
one.
a bunch of nudity in it because
Yeah, the first scene
you
is
know,
like a
high
bathroom
schoolers
scene.
that are nude because that's
No.
appropriate.
I do remember it now.
The
original Carrie is not that long.
No, it's an hour and 38 minutes. The 1976.
But
Fair
it
enough.
is like an hour and a half of like fucking nothing, and
Yeah.
then 10 minutes of actually something. Like
Honestly,
a Studio Ghibli movie.
Because a lot of the remakes they
A
had to
Ghibli
do
movie?
in parts because they were just very.
All
Is that
fucking
what you said,
bullshit.
Nicole?
It's all fucking bullshit for like an hour and a half, and then something actually happens at the
I
very
love this
end, last
hot
10
take.
minutes. I fucking hate Studio Ghibli. I'm
Meredith
glad
left.
she's gone.
Meredith.
If you gotta stand Studio Ghibli, you need to get the fuck out.
I think it's less about that and more about the artwork and like the.
I like
The
Spirited
aesthetic.
Away.
I just had to have a fit of rage. I'm back. It's okay.
Princess
I'm
Mononoke
cold
is the
now.
only one that's okay.
I was gonna say Princess Mononoke is my favorite one, so it's okay.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
Away. It's my favorite.
Spirited Away is good. It's alright. House Moving Castle's better.
I think the original It is better than the new one. I hate the new one
At
so
least
much.
The new ones are
Okay.
so hokey.
The new one, at least they tried to make scary though, where the original one is just it drags on. Okay, literally, it gets to the point where they're all grown up, and then they run into this guy again, and it's
That's
like,
the story.
So bad.
okay, but that's something you put in a sequel.
I get that, but I also don't think they did the new one well. I don't think it should be made into a movie. It's way too long.
I didn't see the
How do
second
they
part
get
of
that
the
book
new
for
one.
real?
The first part of the new one was like it was okay. I never saw the second one.
Yeah, that book is
I've
long
never
as
seen
fuck.
The Shining all the way through.
What?
I've seen
This is how-
pieces of
this is
it.
how
I've seen
long
pieces
it
of
is.
but I've never seen it all the way through.
I love
Yeah,
The
that book is
Shining,
so long.
but
Dude,
The
it's
Shining
so
drags
fucking
on for so
long.
long.
I
Yeah.
can't.
Where am
They
Yeah.
I?
made
This
They
is how
made-
far I am into it. I'm not even done yet. I've been working on it for 2 years because this book is so freaking long. It's really good. It's I just don't think it should be a movie. But I really hate the new
Meanwhile-
ones.
We don't all have time to read books, Jamie. God.
Yeah, I clearly
Well,
don't
Nick-
either. I've been reading
Nick
it for
has
2
been-
years.
Nick made a really good point that the majority of Stephen King's books should be made into miniseries.
I agree.
Yeah.
I want to
But-
talk about miniseries.
I also-
over like 10 episodes of stuff.
liked-
That would be better.
I liked
also-
the movie version of The Mist more than I liked the miniseries version of The Mist.
I think that a lot of the like charm and like really intense horror of Stephen King novels comes from the internality of the characters and their interiority. So I think that's part of why they don't translate very well on screen.
That's why
And
I got so worked up about the Langoliers, and then they disappointed me.
yeah, I think like when you read it,
I
it's a
agree.
totally different experience, and that's why I just
Mhm.
don't like Stephen
Mhm.
King adaptations. I think the
You-
one I like
even
the
when-
most is The Shining, and it was changed so much he hated it.
Yeah.
I agree with you because a lot of the book, if like imagine it how it would be in a movie, and I'm like, that wouldn't be scary in a movie, but the way he's describing it for this character sounds scary.
Yeah. Right. And I think
Yeah.
that's kind of how like it is to be scared in real life too. Like it's not usually like crazy stuff you're seeing. It's usually like, oh, like just a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's how it is. Or like just something about the way something looks is stressing you out, or like the sweat beating on the back of your neck. Like that's why I like Stephen King so much.
Yeah.
I want to talk about miniseries and horror because I've been into like a lot of cosmic horror stuff lately.
Mhm.
And my
Ooh.
gateway drug was because I heard about this series Lovecraft Country, but I was like, I know it's a book, so I'm going to read the book first and see how I feel. And I loved the book. The book was so cool. It was kind of about like H.P. Lovecraft, but it was like a commentary on like his racial like prejudices and things, because it took place in like kind of like segregation era. So it was about like that whole thing, and it was a really cool like commentary and about like racial like disparities and stuff. And like it was just very subtle in like it would make you like as cosmic horror is, it makes you dread this like idea of like a creature or of something like beyond yourself, with like the descriptions of it all. And so like it's really good in a book because you like learn the characters like motivations and things like that, and like you get like the world building is so good. And then I watched the fucking dumbass HBO Max ass shit that is Lovecraft Country, the mini series, and they they just went at it with like the sex and the gore and like all this unnecessary shit. So like, and then like, so the characters like really suffered as a result. They rushed into things like so quickly, so they're just like suddenly doing all this shit, and you're like, what the fuck are we here for? Like, why? And they changed like all the characters around for like no good reason. Like there was like a whole plot line with like the evil character, right, being like a successor to his father for this organization that's like kind of like a religious organization that's trying to like use like wizardry for their own like gain or whatever. And so the whole thing is about how he's the successor, right? And like he's got all this stuff. They decided to change the character into a woman because they decided it needed more female characters, I guess, which is fine because there's really only a couple in the book. But like now they're saying like, oh, this is like in the 60s, so she's, or the 50s or whatever, so she's a woman, she can't be in the organization. So that whole plot line's gone. We're just gonna make a bunch of shit up because we're HBO, bitch. I was so mad. I should have seen it coming.
It's funny.
Like, they always do stuff like that.
Do that. They did that with... Okay, I'm gonna press some buttons here. Game of Thrones, the first season... I just have to say the first season went exactly the way the first book went, but they changed one thing, and it doesn't make any sense in the fucking show. And that is that Khal Drogo rapes Daenerys when they get married. And in the book, that didn't happen. And I don't understand why they did that, because it changed everything. And it makes no sense in the show, because why would she fall in love with him if he raped her?
That's why
because he was very nice to her, and that's why she fell in love with him. He was the only person that was ever nice to her in her entire life.
That's why I didn't watch Game of Thrones, because I heard there was an unnecessary rape scene.
Yeah, that was
I was like, I don't want to watch that.
That's like a deal breaker right there, man. I never fucked with Game of Thrones.
I do want to say HBO Max changed some stuff about In the Heights that I did not like.
Why are you doing that,
get it
man?
Together, HBO Max. It changed the story. It was like story changing. I get they wanted to build more suspense, but it literally changes the entire story.
That's not what people want.
And what makes it emotionally, and it's what makes it emotionally driven. Like that's part of why the end is so impactful, because of the beginning thing that happened that they moved to the end. And I'm like, I don't understand.
Damn. Uh-oh, Ray's gone. She got triggered. Ray's like, I love Game of Thrones.
I don't actually think she does.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I hated it the minute they killed a wolf on screen. I was like, enough. That was like episode 2. I was like, can we stop?
I just never seemed super interested in Game of Thrones, but then I heard like, oh, there's like this unnecessary thing that happens. I was like, I don't need to watch it.
Yeah, why would you add something like that?
I would probably rather.
I only say it's okay because the ending was really bad. It was really good in the ending.
Yeah, let's not.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather read the books anyway. I'm more of a book person. I know a lot of people were really into it because of the book series. So
The only thing is that the books aren't finished, and so I think that I heard like they're not really gonna finish them anymore after the shows ended, because it's been
It's too
like
bad.
more than 10 years since the last book came out, and there's still supposed to be 2 more books.
They probably jumped the gun making a series then.
Yeah,
That's really sad. The author's probably upset. I would be.
He worked with them, and he like gave them the ending, and I guess they kind of tweaked it a bit. But it's gonna be the ending is different than what he claims is that the ending is the same, but it's like different way to get there, like different versions of the same ending.
Oh, so like it's like the same loose ends are tied up, but like the way they got it.
That's what I heard. And in the book, okay, so the most recent book that's come out, there's so many more characters that don't exist in the show. So even when we were like talking about it, me and Nick, we're like, how are they even gonna incorporate these other characters? And then they just didn't. They just don't exist.
Fucking adaptions.
They're just erased. Yeah, they erased a character from In the Heights too. And is the person who sang Ashley's favorite song in the musical. So she was like, what the heck?
No. That's the worst, man. Why would you cut a character from a musical of all things?
Understand why they cut this character. She's got one song, a very small role, and like, you know, like it's a movie, they have to like keep it moving, and musicals have a lot of characters.
You know, there's actually a song in the Wicked soundtrack or in the musical that they didn't include in the soundtrack because it would have been a spoiler, which is so weird to me. Because,
interesting.
Like, of course, it would have been a spoiler for the one the Wicked
for the play.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch.
I've seen the musical, and I've listened to the soundtrack, but I don't remember which song was omitted.
Yeah, so it's the Wicked Witch of the East song. Do you remember? She has a whole song with I think the one what's the name of the Tin Man in that musical? Freaking I don't remember, but
I know who you're talking about though. Yeah,
it involves like the part where he turns into the Tin Man and stuff.
Yeah,
and because like she and him like kind of fall in love after the party or whatever, and then he turns into the Tin Man and he gets pissed, and like the Wicked Witch of the East is like obviously like pissed at her sister and shit, but like they didn't include that whole thing in the soundtrack for fear of like spoiling people, which is just funny because like every musical soundtrack is a spoiler, man. If you listen to all of it, it's gonna be a spoiler.
It's really just like the cliff notes of the whole play.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's the thing is like musicals are so hard to find like legally. Like there used to be really no streaming services for musicals, so like you would either watch a really shitty bootleg on YouTube of someone who sat up in row 500, or you just listen to the soundtrack and like fill in the blanks.
Yeah, read the Wikipedia article.
Yeah, I didn't know about that song for so long, and I found that out, and I was like, what?
Like I saw the musical a couple times. I just don't remember what they put in the soundtrack.
Pretty much everything but that song.
Fair. Yeah,
that's the weirdest thing.
Funny.
I know. So
I'll be right back.
Jamie's like, bye. I've had enough.
Where did you go, Ray? You just like
I know.
I said be right back very quietly, but I think
you said it like a hoarse old. Oh, I'm sorry, Ray.
She had to go get more.
No, I had to use the bathroom. This is LaCroix.
All right.
Are we sure it's just LaCroix?
What am I gonna put in the LaCroix? It's not like
I don't know your life. I don't know your life.
I needed something to drink.
This is water, not rosé.
How dare you?
Sorry.
That ice cream was only 0.5% alcohol.
Oh, but I'm so tipsy, man. I'm like, ooh, that rosé ice cream.
They're like alcoholic ice cream, and then I was like looking at the fine print, and it's like 0.5%. I'm like, oh,
they didn't card me for that shit.
It's just alcoholic inspired.
Pretty much. Like, if I didn't get carded for it, I don't expect anything.
Well, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
You have to get carded for spray paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Well, they
do.
have actual like alcoholic ice cream, but it's not 0.5%. It's higher than that.
That's true. They do have that at like alcohol
Yeah.
or liquor stores. I mean,
Yeah.
Alcohol stores.
Alco-
What an
okay,
alien
I said the
thing to
same
say.
thing. Leave me alone.
We were just talking about aliens. Maybe I am one. Take me to the alcohol store.
Ray, are you wearing Lolita? Or are you wearing Yaru?
I'm wearing Himekaji because I did my makeup and then I decided that I didn't want to put Lolita on.
Mm-hmm.
I was having a rough day, okay?
I'm wearing, well, I've now figured out I'm wearing Larm. But I like put this on. I was like, what the fuck is this? Can someone please tell me?
Yeah, because it's like cutesier than like Himekaji and then like the ankle socks and the shoes. Like
I almost want to say
more Larm.
Yeah, I have always really liked Larm. Like, I've looked at the scans and stuff. Like, I followed a couple Tumblrs that would just post Larm scans. So I'm like, I really like this. I almost want to say, too, like, please correct me if I'm wrong, but Larm almost has an element of, like, promiscuity to it. Like
the other Lolita?
It. What's up? No. Not quite. But I'm just saying, like, this skirt, like, has a garter, like, attached to it, right? And it has, like, this lace up, like,
it's
thing, and, like,
what do they call it?
It's not quite erotic, but it's like.
But Gyaru does too.
Yeah, but
you're right.
Gyaru does in a different sense. Like,
it's done differently.
I don't know how to explain the difference between the two. There is a difference, but
should we do a panel about like Gyaru v Larm v Himekaji?
Larm is more like
the differences
fashion that people have. Like, I feel like
I thought Larm was just a magazine.
It is. Well, it's derived from the magazine.
Larm is a fashion based off of the original magazine,
but like
it's very like cutesy, but also like sexy and mysterious, and
it's like, almost like kind of like sad girls, kind of,
yeah.
Like I'm sexy and sad.
Yeah,
which
like
is
that
kind
skirt.
That might be why I'm drawn to it.
The skirt you have on, I bought for Larm. It just didn't fit over my ass.
It barely fits over mine. I will tell you that much. Like, thankfully, the fabric is very stretchy, and I actually like that it comes with a garter, because if I wear long socks with it, like, it'll keep the skirt down. But I'm wearing these, like, bike shorts over, and you can totally see them, but, like, it's fine.
That's so cute.
J Fashion's like, you want to look like an anime girl who has her ass out at all times? No.
You have to be fine.
Got you
to do so.
Yeah, we got you, bitch.
Like, Gyaru has... I'm trying to find a way to explain this. Gyaru is more sexy in the sense, like, shorter skirts or, like
showing skin.
Exposed shoulders.
Yeah.
Where Larm is more, like, garters.
Lingerie.
And,
Yes. I know
lingerie,
exactly what you mean.
Not necessarily revealing lingerie.
Like, Gyaru is like, I'm showing skin. I'm showing my body. And Larm is kind of more like, not kinky, but like.
Yeah, I feel like
suggestive.
Gyaru is like more kind of like celebrity style sexy.
Yeah. It's based off of California Girl.
Yeah.
Right.
Larm is more romantic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yes. It's romantic.
Like, if I had to assign a location to them, like, Gyaru would be California and Larm would be like France.
Yeah.
I'm writing this down, Ray.
Take notes, everybody.
Gyaru is from California and Larm is from France. You heard it here first.
It's like them. It's not from them.
Could you imagine if you're like, Rose Ferre fucking told me Cheddar was invented in California.
Our great California fashion, yeah.
Because it embody like the whole original thing for Gyadu was California girl with the tan and the blonde hair. And then Larm kind of has a different approach where it's like they have dark hair and like pale skin and like peplums.
It's kind of
find in Paris.
It's like leaving things to the imagination too, because it's like form-fitting clothing, but you're covered.
Yeah.
And then it's like the thigh-high short skirt kind of thing. Like, yeah.
I should probably look more into Larm.
I'm really interested in this. Like now I'm like
different styles of Larm, and they have one that's like mostly just black and pink.
Oh yeah, black is a very color in Larm.
Yeah. I'm like, do I just pretty much already like this sounds just like my regular
I think you
style
just wear Larm
even,
in real life, Jamie.
Without even like actually intending to.
I mean, the cool thing about Larm is that like it's really easy to like find pieces in like the US. I mean, for example, like that work with it because like romanticism and like lingerie elements are big in fashion.
There's just different styles to it. Like there is Gyadus, there's like the Roma where it's more romantic, and there's like it depends on what kind of style of Larm you're into, but
I'm looking at this. There's like this. She's wearing a turtleneck with like a loose dress over it. Of like I literally have that in the same exact. Yeah.
Why are you screen sharing, Jamie?
Cause
it's
a secret.
Okay.
How do you computer?
Yeah.
Larm together.
This is like pretty much. I have two outfits that look almost identical to this, besides the color. I think the only way, and then like. This looks like something I would wear.
Yes.
It looks like something I own.
Do you know what Larb reminds me of? It reminds me of Charlie XCX during like her old like sucker era or whatever.
Oh, I never knew. I never watched her, like followed her.
I didn't either.
I think shoes are probably the place that I'm not. But even like I would wear stuff like that. I just have
I love
they have a lot of like platforms and stuff.
There's a lot of platforms and boots and
corset
like ankle boots. Yeah, lots of corset lacing. I love the leg wear because it's so like light and like cute.
Like and the hair with the corset lacing that's in the Google images.
Pretty
fun. Yeah.
I love like that fucking that shit is. I wish I could do that shit to my hair. Without like, oh my god!
Why am I just finding out that like my regular style is so similar to Larm? Like, why am
I don't
know what Larm was?
I did. Okay. I just like
a lot of people. There are people who are like, Larm isn't a fashion; it's just a magazine.
Literally,
like, there are people who think
based
Larm
off of the magazine,
like, but it does have like,
really a thing,
like. Risa, the one that models for AP now, originated in Larm.
I remember.
Like, did she?
Yeah.
I think
the last picture was of her. Not.
I think when I thought of Larm, it was more like this, which is still like it's just like.
There's different ways to do it.
Yeah, like there's different sub-styles like Gyadu and Lolita have, but usually when I think of Larm, it's like the light pink and black sort of stuff.
Huh.
That's what
me too.
Yeah.
I think I just am remembering Larm from like when it first was, and it kind of was like it was really when like Fairy K was becoming big too, and like all like when those Rhapsody wigs it was like a similar-ish era, and like pastels were in, so I think that's the last time I looked at anything Larm.
Yeah,
it also fair. Was like while I was
that one's perfect.
Like the like black and pink sort of thing is mostly what I think of when I think of Larm, or even like the one in like middle top where there's like a row of them in black and pink.
This one,
yeah,
that's cute.
Yeah,
I agree.
Girl gang. Oh,
it's like.
I like how you said girl gang because this does kind of give like Spice Girls vibes.
It does.
It does. It's
Like
like
the 5 of them.
it's like Blackpink.
Yeah.
Literally.
Blackpink.
Literally
Blackpink. Literally Blackpink.
Literally Blackpink. Larm is just
Literally.
Blackpink. Okay.
I mean, basically.
This
you
is
were
so
to dress like a
cute.
member of Blackpink.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
dude.
the bows in her hair.
Mhm.
I know some of the hairstyles in Larm are so just immaculate with like the bows and like the lacing
The
and everything.
ribbons.
I know, it's so
cute.
crazy. I love it.
I love
And the
this
makeup
one.
the makeup is so just like it reminds me a
They're
little of
graceful.
Min hair makeup.
Yeah, it's
where you kinda
like
wanna make
Min
yourself
hair,
look
but it's
kinda-
not as intense.
Yeah, like you want to look kind of like I was reading that you like one of the looks is like making it look like your eyes were puffy so that you're just crying,
Mm-hmm.
like that type of vibe.
Yeah.
I wish my
Which is
hair when
interesting.
it braided would look anything like this, but it never does.
They're just fine.
I'm like,
long shot.
I like try to pull it out, you know, they're like, oh, pull it out. And then they
Yeah.
look like pancakes. And I'm like, this
Oh,
is
no.
not.
Not me.
Yeah.
Some stuff I need
Yeah.
wigs to do.
Typically they have thicker hair and
Yeah.
stuff.
My hair is a lot healthier, though. I maybe could do it now.
I wonder if I could.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I wonder if I could commission someone to like make me a wig with like that lace up ribbon hair thing
Mhm.
already in it.
Oh, I'm sure you could.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to have that look some days, but I'm fucking lazy, bitch.
Yeah, that looks hard. Like,
that
looking
looks
at
really
that-
hard.
looking at that image is like my arms are already sore.
I know, like this that image makes me so tired. Like, who did this and how? Like, it's amazing.
They have salons specifically for shit like this in Japan, though.
I need to go to Japan now.
Yeah.
Moving it back from the back of your head up, it helps if you're like lying down, like
Oh, that
Mhm.
makes
down
sense.
over something. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's smart.
Yeah,
on your belly.
yeah.
That's really
Ooh.
smart.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that.
I only flip
Yeah.
my head over when I'm blow drying my hair. It's the only time I ever thought to do that.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
mean,
smart.
it's just like braiding it, and then you go in with the ribbon later and like lace it through the braid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's
It
not
probably
as
looks harder than it
complicated.
is.
Yeah.
I feel like the thing that would be hard to do by yourself is to get it to look like that. Like, this is clearly
Yeah.
done by somebody else.
Yeah, like she definitely went to a salon for that.
I mean, personally, when I do like Dutch braids, I don't ever see it until the very end.
Yeah.
Really.
So I don't know. I feel like you could do it. I
Okay,
mean,
but
I've
I
I
guess
guess what I'm
sure.
saying is the ribbon might not look like as symmetrical
Yeah.
Right.
if you're just.
Nicole just needs to do a Larmy hair tutorial now.
I only know how to do French braids. I don't know how to do Dutch braids.
I can't do any.
It's
of
the
that.
other way around.
I don't understand how it's the other way around though.
Instead of going over, you go under.
Yeah, you just go under.
I
That's what
can
I'm saying.
only
Like, I
Dutch
think that
braid.
Dutch
Doesn't
braiding
make
is easier
sense
than
to
French
me.
braiding.
Agree to agree, Nicole. I can't French braid like hardly at all, but
It
Dutch
just
braiding
doesn't
is
make
easier.
sense to me.
And Dutch braids look better in my opinion.
You know how when you're braiding, you go over like this?
No.
Do
I
you
just
know how to
probably-
French
I
braid?
just
Like,
do it.
physically
I just
do
do it. Okay.
Well, if you watch yourself braiding something in front of
don't.
you. Oh my
It's like
God,
the
right?
muscle memory is so ingrained that you can't even
Exactly.
describe
Like I can't do 4-strand braids either, or like fishtail braids and stuff because it confuses me.
I can't do any
I
of that.
can
My
do, like,
brain
French
explodes.
braids and that's it.
I
Still,
can't.
braids aren't confusing though.
They are.
It's not
Nicole's
like
like,
you're
"You're
keeping
dumb."
track of anything. You're just grabbing hair
No,
from
it's
the
just-
side.
Yeah. But it's confusing.
You have eyes. You grab hair from the
Oh,
other side.
fishtails
Then you
are,
grab
like,
this one from the other side.
Behind you,
And
though.
then this
You
one's
can't
from
see
the other
it.
side.
I just do like muscle memory though. I can't actually see what I'm doing.
She's in the zone, man. Like there's no.
Here, I'll show you about the French braid though. So let me Let me grab you a piece of hair here. So when you're French braiding, you're going in, right? You're going in, and then you grab this one. You go in.
Is that what I do? I don't know.
Yeah, you grab this one.
I'm kind of looking at Jamie because her hair's light.
And then you grab this one and you go in, right?
Okay.
Move this piece out.
You're going backwards.
I wanna be a part of it.
What?
Okay, look, watch. Okay, so it's obviously got to be close to your head, but when you French braid, you go over from the top, right?
Okay.
When you Dutch braid, you go under instead.
That's what I'm doing, right? I'm going
so
under.
You go underneath like this. So it's basically the other way around. Now on like a regular braid, it doesn't.
Right?
Huh?
That's
yeah,
what
that
I'm
is.
doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the top of your head, it would obviously look different, but
yeah,
here it looks
when you're grabbing the pieces, it will look different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because normally it's like this is like the French braid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go over, but with the Dutch braid, you just go underneath.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not as hard as it seems. That for some reason I can do a Dutch braid though way easier than I can do a French braid.
Fair enough.
On myself. I don't
know how things work. I just like
I'm
this
over
is
here,
the
like-
movement that I know, and this is the movement that I'm doing.
I'm over here like dissociating, so I can't.
I feel like fishtail braids look weird.
I don't
love 'em.
understand.
I don't like the look of a fishtail braid. I don't like it.
I've done like
my thing.
My hair is really long, and the
Yeah.
last time I did it was when my hair was very, very long.
yeah.
So like my knee kind of long.
Yeah.
Like I've done like friendship bracelet type tying and stuff before, but like the 4-strand is the one that I do not understand.
I wouldn't even try.
Well, I can agree with that one. Once it gets to 4 or 5 strands, I do start getting confused.
Yeah.
And there's different ways to do it too. Like
there is.
That's
like
why
fishtail is different than a regular 4-strand braid. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's confusing. It's weird. But I understand the difference between Dutch and French braids now.
Love it. Yay.
We all learned something during this episode of the team.
Thank you for coming to this tutorial.
Thank you for coming to our braid talk.
Our braid talk, our poop
It didn't
talk.
start out like that. Yeah, we were like talking
Our
about
kink
poop
talk.
for a while. We were talking about slut shaming, and then we started talking about. We talked about J fashion today.
You did.
I have not learned anything new today.
You didn't learn anything about LARM because apparently
Nicole's
Meredith and
just
Jamie did.
smarter than all of us, and she is supreme.
Supreme Nicole.
Supreme logo, just like on Nicole's forehead.
I'm like, let me tell you about LARM.
I need to learn more about it. Clearly,
It's
because
good.
I have such a visceral reaction to it.
That sounds like a bad thing, but I know you mean it as a good thing.
No, like a good visceral reaction.
I know, it's just like I have a visceral
no word.
reaction.
There's no word for like I had like a magnetic, like I had a magnetic pull to it.
I just hear
Because I
visceral
related
reaction and I think of like retching.
Like
That's
vomiting.
Yeah, that's what I think of.
Korean, and I just like started retching.
But it's like good retching.
It's purging me of my negativity.
Oh my god.
No, thank you.
Now you have another J fashion to spend all your money on. It's fine.
I know. Thank goodness. I'm so lucky.
It works pretty well with my current closet, not gonna lie.
That's true.
I'm
it's
like
easy enough to find pieces too.
Yeah.
I just need to accessorize more,
Yeah.
which is always my.
Are you guys gonna start wearing peeps?
I know. I was thinking about peeps
Okay.
the other day.
Wait, what?
It's really hard to find inspiration photos.
So-
Pretty much.
So Ray, did you
I
watch
think-
our Reacts video?
Wow.
Oh yeah, the one with the
I didn't mean that in a bad
like,
way.
the flame print and stuff, right?
Yes, yes.
The what
Peeps
is his
fashion.
name? No,
Guy
Guy
Fieri.
Fieri. Yeah,
Oh yeah. It's really hard to find like
explain it. It's pretty ugly like that.
It's ugly in such a cute
here's
way.
the thing. To me, the way they described it was it's a goth sporty fashion. To me, those are not synonymous things.
Hard to like put together.
I get what they mean because I'm thinking like I don't know if
y'all
ever had
colors,
like diva girls.
Like that's not how that works.
It's not. It doesn't breed sporty to me as much as it breeds more like streetwear meets goth.
Yeah.
So I think it's partially because of I think one of the things that they all had in common was they had like chunky hardware type jewelry.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where it comes from. And then the makeup
and like the boots kind of sort of thing.
The name still confuses me so much.
Yeah, AP has definitely started leaning more into LARM ever since they recruited Risa as their main model because she was a LARM model to begin with. Yes, definitely.
AP conspiracy theory hats are on.
It's not even a conspiracy theory.
I know. Yeah. It's been a few years now that they've been doing it that way.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'll reap the benefits. As soon as I can afford anything on the secondhand market.
Good luck.
I know.
Oh man.
Okay, I literally bought Decoration Dream from Jordan at the swap meet for $90, and then the next day I went on Lace Market and someone was selling it for $600, and I'm like,
for Decoration Dream?
Yeah,
I can't.
The Saks one, theirs was like a different cut than mine because mine didn't have the adjustable straps, but I'm like,
I don't think it cost an extra $500 for
those. Ray, that's how I felt. I saw Candy sprinkled just the JSK going for $450, and I was like, "That dress is
with that dress.
That was a Lucky Pack dress.
I literally got it for like $150.
Same.
You gotta show me Decoration Dream because I'm not sure.
Okay,
let's put that on the screen. Can we share the screen?
Yeah, we'll screen share. I got the Saks one.
It's just a fucking AP ass pastel ass dress. It's nothing special.
So literally all other AP.
Yes. Basically, yes, exactly. Yeah. That's all it fucking is.
It's literally just cakes.
$100.
This is what it looks like every other AP dress.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for those of you who don't know,
why was Ray arguing with me when I said that all her dresses look the same? Because
that is why I stayed 100% out of it, because I agree. That's the reason I only the black colorways, because at least you could see the different shapes.
And I have some with pancakes, and I have some with regular cakes, and I have some with stuffed animals.
I mean,
it's about Nicole.
But if you stand,
I
have 15 feet away. If you stand 15 feet away, they all look the same.
It's true.
Get out of here.
Really, it is. That's the tea.
Mine come in different colors, not just black. That's my main thing.
That's true.
Nicole has different colors.
Yeah. We were established.
She wears red and white and blue.
I have more colors than that.
Nicole loves America.
I have
the order you put those colors in, you walked right into that shit.
I don't have what?
You don't have purple, and I do.
That's because I sold all of my purple because it looks bad on me. I have ivory, white, pink, red, yellow, mint, Saks, navy. Do I have gray? I have gray. And
I have gray too.
Well, I'm already at 9 colors.
Nicole's like, I have gray too, bitch.
9.
I have orange.
Oh, there you go.
I like orange.
Okay, well, there you go.
But I have yellow. So yellow is like basically orange. Oh, I have brown too. So that's 10.
I wear like 3 colors, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Also, almost all of your dresses, in addition to those colors, have pink in them, and that's
no, they don't.
same.
A lot of them do.
No, they don't.
Not all of them do.
Not all of them, but a lot.
Can you guys
No.
name a time when Ray has not worn pink? Just wondering.
She didn't wear pink to
Do I
the
need-
swap meet.
Do I need
Yeah.
to? Yeah, I didn't.
The only pink she wore to the
Do I
swap
need
meet
to
was
go
the
get stuff
Usakumi
now?
bag.
Do I need to go grab things?
She didn't wear pink to the
you?
swap meet, except for this thing that she wore to the swap meet.
No, my Usakumi
pink
had like pink bows on it. Usakunya itself was white. Okay.
I don't even remember what she wore to the swap meet.
Exactly.
It was
the
the
cherry
baby
that-
dress with the lemons and cherries on it. That's
lemons and
facts.
cherries. It was red sacks and yellow. No pink.
FYI.
Yeah, Usakumiya had like 2 tiny pink bows, but I can't really change the color of Usakumiya's bows.
Okay, there's a Kudomi coat on Lace Market, and it's not Lolita, but it's large as fuck.
Good.
Ooh.
It's like a fucking coat, like a black and pink coat with like lace up pockets and like Kudomi ears.
Ooh.
That's cute.
I'm like dying right now.
Is it from Dream V? Because I know they
I
had a
don't know.
collab with Sanrio and they had some cute shit.
It doesn't say the brand. It just says Indie Taobao, so I don't know. I don't know if I'll buy that. I'm just looking respectfully.
I have plenty of stuff that doesn't have pink, Nicole.
It looks like you're
It
looking
doesn't
at
even
Nicole.
look legit.
You were like saying it like this, so it looked like you were looking at Nicole. When you said that. It was pretty funny. What's that game show? Where they're
game
like,
Hollywood Squares.
yes.
Oh.
Like that.
All I
these
can think
Zoom
of is like
screens
the
and, like-
Brady Bunch, where they're all like,
Yes.
looking like
That's so funny. That's exactly. We'd have to be like making faces. So
the Frilly Bunch.
The Frilly Bunch. Gug.
you sounded very enthused by that.
Yeah,
So funny.
Meredith is very into this conversation.
What are you trying to say? That sounded so accusatory.
Good.
Ray's just being a Scorpio.
Rich,
Leave me alone.
don't mind the Scorpios in the corner.
I'm already in the corner.
We're all in the corner.
You can't even see me. I'm like in the sand. I'm just buried. I'm just waiting.
I'm
I
like
love that.
basically a crab, so
I'm out in the
You're a
field.
scorpion.
I'm a spicy crab, okay?
Spicy.
I'm just out in my field, chilling, eating some grass,
Yeah.
living
How
life.
about that grass?
Nicole and I are like, fuck you all. We're gonna go.
Grab it up.
We're gonna go. I love crab raves so much.
I know you do.
Honestly, same though.
They played Quab Wave.
Quab wave.
They played Quab Wave at my
Oh my
wedding.
God, they played Quab wave with your
They
wedding.
played Quab Wave at my wedding, and I really wolfed it. I'm sorry. I can't talk.
I love that you had crap rave at your wedding.
It was because we were really upset the night before because one of our groomsmen ended up ghosting us, like really last minute, and we spent the whole night like trying to figure out what the heck we were gonna do because like we had someone to replace him, but we had to get him an outfit. It was this whole thing. We were just so like freaked out about everything that night.
Oh,
Just
man.
pick him up.
That's weird.
We haven't spoken to him since because it
Good.
was so weird. He was very like accusatory towards us when we were expressing that we were upset. But anyway, it was a whole thing. But like I texted our TJ the night before because he was like, "Hey, we're still on. Like, let me know if you need anything else." And I was like, "There's one thing you can do for me.
We need crab
If
rave.
you play this song, me and Cheddar will be very happy." He was like, "Okay."
Fair enough.
I love it.
Weirdos.
I bet he's had weirder music.
I don't know.
For
Probably.
some themed weddings, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I told him straight off the gate. I was like, if you play any icebreaker songs, like Cupid Shuffle and Electric Blood,
Yeah.
I was like, if you play any of that, you're fired. Like, you get out of the building. Like, I will leave. Like, I
Oh my god.
do not.
Okay,
Like, those
but
are on
white
the do not
people-
playlist.
But white people love
Exactly.
Cupid Shuffle.
That's what I'm saying. I knew it was going to happen because my husband and his whole family is white, and half my family's white. I knew it was going to happen, so I did not allow that energy into my event. I was like,
That's how I feel about country songs. I'm like, every single person in my family so far who I've been to their marriage, well, okay, not every single person, but multiples, have had like super country ass songs as their like first dance songs and all this, and I'm like, that's not gonna be me.
it's
That's
just
not gonna be me.
not
There will
thing.
be probably one country song at my wedding, and that will be
Messaging
"Friends in
Ray.
Low Places"
Okay,
for my grandma.
the only acceptable country song though is Red Solo Cup.
Oh
Red Solo
no,
Cup.
Damn, Jamie!
I don't like that song.
You got your Red Solo Cup.
Right?
Oh,
Coming out with these
yes, you
opinions
are.
today that are just, they're not good opinions today.
We have a lot of opinions.
Nobody is
today.
allowed to have opinions ever.
What about Jolene?
Oh yes.
Old Town
Jolene?
Road?
It's
Oh,
called
Jolene.
Jolene,
She said
yeah.
Old Town Road. You mean?
I don't consider that song to be country.
It's not country.
It's country
Yeah.
enough.
It's country inspired.
Okay, but
maybe.
Jolene isn't like the kind of song you would play at a wedding because
Yeah,
it's about like your man leaving you for another woman.
That's okay. You play it at the reception so people will go off.
I probably wouldn't. Maybe I would probably have Kim do a karaoke version of Jolene.
Yes.
Fair. Karaoke is different. It hits different.
It's the
What
only.
Dolly Parton's version of my love, and I will always love you.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
didn't know she had a version.
I didn't know she had
That's
a
her
version
version.
of that.
She's the one that made
I'd
that
accept
song.
it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dolly
that's
Parton
all
did
they
a
did.
cover
They
of
did a cover of it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
listen to
accept
very
that.
much country at all.
Everyone
Nothing
keeps
against
trying to
it.
tell me that Fleetwood Mac is country, and it's not.
No,
So.
I think it's kind of folky though.
Exactly. It is.
folky for
It's
like-
folk.
but
I think that's why
yeah.
people would get confused.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not country though. Get out of here.
Landslide, I
Yeah.
can see how somebody might think that, but
Yeah, Landslide's like on the edge.
I think it's because the Dixie Chicks covered it.
That's true. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like I feel like some of their songs are more country-ish than Landslide, but they're still not.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole Dixie Chicks thing makes sense.
My mom loves country, so I've listened to it a lot. But I
What
don't.
can you do?
It's not my favorite genre, but I don't hate it.
Yeah.
What? I'm like, is there a genre of music I hate?
Gonna go. I'm not, and
Me?
let me know. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm introverted and I don't want to
I get it. Thank you. Oh, Nicole's like, bye. I get
I
it.
honestly,
She needed
I
on
fucking-
out of here.
I'm in the same
fucking
boat
get it.
because I am extremely tired.
Damn.
Y'all, let's
I
listen to this.
I saw someone this morning and yesterday. That's a lot for me.
That's a lot, man.
I
I like
Streaming yesterday and today.
I know that's a lot too.
It is a lot.
I only had to work a half day yesterday, so I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have so much energy. Like I want to go out. So like we went to We went to Akihabara for a while and like just had so much fun.
Yeah.
And now I'm like,
I miss having fun. What is
I know we did too. That's why I was like, I'm gonna go have some fucking fun right now. It's been too long.
Also,
So,
like, I got
now
a
I'm
call
tired.
from Norm today, and I'm sad. So I'm like,
Oh,
Well,
feel that.
fine.
I had fun streaming with you all and talking about poop and
Oh,
everything.
That's
always
the one thing you
good.
Poop
took
and
away
cheese.
from this.
That's the one thing you remember today. Is
Yeah.
the food
I
stories.
taught Ray
Yay.
how to Dutch braid too.
That's
You sure
true.
did?
That's
Yay.
true. I already forgot. It's over, right? It's over instead of
Dutch is under.
It's
No,
the
Dutch
other
is
way
Dutch is
around.
under. French
Let's
is
do it
over.
the other way you would normally do it.
I don't remember
like,
which way I
I
normally
remember
do
the
it.
steps, but I can't do them.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
Well,
I'm like, yes.
look at other people's hair.
things.
I'm gonna end the broadcast now.
Okay.
All right,
So
y'all.
thank you
Thank you for
everybody for
watching.
Friends.
We
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Bye. We'll
Y'all
see you
sticking
soon.
around.
I
Don't
know.
even
Thanks
know
for
what we're
sticking around.
talking
I really
about.
appreciate that. Maybe they do.